hammer. Analyzing plays, no slipping on the glamour. From the courts, the fields, every game he plans up. Legendary hustle, always stands up. NYC nights where the lights bright and grander. Critical calls got the crowd in tandem. Players respect cause he's never random. Game on lock, he's the playbook's fandom. Coach Ed, he's the man on the scene, breaking down plays like a well-oiled machine. In the Bronx or Queens, he's a strategy fiend, always in control, living the dream. Sunset games, crowd on fire, electric, calling every move with a voice so eclectic. From sunrise drills to the midnight tactics, a master at work. His passion's automatic with a whistle round his neck, always systematic.
Peace and blessings, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to another On the Headset with Coach Ed. Rocking with me today is the Man-Cave, my partner in crime. I'm ready to bring you this big matchup. Number 1 Texas versus number 2 Ohio State. Game is being played in Columbus, so it is a big road test for Texas. So, but before I get into that, how you doing today, Cave?
Oh, man, I'm feeling great, man. It's a great day. It's a nice sunny day. Great day for football. A long host of football games. It is that time of year again, man. The best time of year for sports, man. Football season is here, man. So I'm ready. Can't wait to get started. Get excited to see who's going to win this matchup. Number 1 versus number 2 in this rematch from last year.
Exactly. That's a big point to them. This was a semifinal match last year where Ohio State came away victorious. Key to that game was the Jack Sawyer's sack fumble and return for the touchdown because they were up 21-14 and it seemed like they were driving, but that play scooped it up and ran it for a long touchdown. Really sealed it for Ohio State. So yeah, this is a big matchup. So I'm going to dive a little bit into some of the key notes of this game. But before we do that, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the Man-Cave, the Aboriginal Sports Network, the Hardcore Sports Network, and my channel, Coach Ed's Sports. Great content there, great content creators there. Hit the notifications so this way you know that when we post up new content. And make sure you share on all your social media platforms. We appreciate it. It's free for you guys, but it helps us out immensely, gets our content more and more into the algorithm and helps us grow even more. So, but I wanted to touch a little bit on some of the numbers, some of the notes here. Taking a look here in terms of Texas, since they're number 1. Returning passer, of course, is Arch Manning. This is actually going to be his 3rd start. He has 2 other starts, and again, this is going to be his 3rd. Now, he's 61 of 90 for about 68%, 938 pass yards, and 9 touchdowns. Now, the returning rusher, I hope I don't mess up his name, Quintavion Wisner, 226 attempts, 1,064 yards, 4.7 average, 5 touchdowns. The receiver is Ryan Wingo, 29 receptions, 472 yards, 16.3 average, 2 touchdowns. And returning tackler, junior linebacker Anthony Hill Jr., 113 tackles, 16.5 tackles for loss, 8 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, and 1 interception. So definitely going to be, those are the key returners for Texas. One other thing I was looking at in terms of Texas schedule, and they have a pretty tough one, especially on the road, because they're going to Ohio State today. They're at the Gators on October 4th, and they're at Georgia on November 15th. Now, they are hosting Texas A&M to close out the season, and those are all ranked teams. That's why I wanted to highlight that. So the other one is Oklahoma Red River Shootout. That's usually at a neutral site, even though this one, I believe Texas is the home team. So there you have it there. Texas is 109, 20, and 3. That's an 837 winning percentage in season openers through 132 years. So think about that. That's a 83, basically 84% of the times they win season openers. It's the first time that it's an opening game for them on the road since 2019 when they opened up at Maryland. So that's going to be key. In terms of Sarkisian, head coach Steve Sarkisian, he's in his 5th season at the helm of Texas, 12th overall as a head coach. Texas is third. This is its 3rd consecutive postseason appearance. They made 3 postseason appearances under Sarkisian last year, including the semifinal appearance. In their initial year on the SEC last year, Sark led Texas to the best regular season record in conference, 7-1, and an SEC championship berth. And the Longhorns became the only program to earn a spot in the CFP semifinals in each of the last 2 seasons. So, and Corso just made his big announcement. So
And
it
they
is.
happy.
Yeah, he's doing it at home. So doing it at Ohio. So Texas is one of 2 teams in the nation to win 9 games versus FBS opponents that had a winning record in 2024. 6 wins against the ranked opponents in 2024 were the most in a season in program history. Now, in terms of by the numbers, one, for the first time in history, Texas football had. I'm sorry?
Visitor.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, I was going to get to all the.
Yeah.
You got them?
Yeah, you got
Okay. All right. Texas has been ranked as the preseason number 1 team for the first time, according to the AP and the coaches poll. 2, Texas makes its 2nd straight college football appearance semifinals last year. Last year, 3 different Longhorns won national awards. Kelvin Banks was the recipient of the Lombardo and Outland Award. Jade Barron won the Jim Thorpe Award, and Colin Simmons was named the Sean Alexander Freshman of the Year. This is the 5th ever meeting between Texas and Ohio State. Texas has 11 is active 11th Street in 11 row straight victories, longest in the nation. That's very interesting. It'll be the 11th time in the last 5 seasons that ESPN College. Okay, they broadcast that. The Longhorns had 12 former players selected in the draft last year. And that's it, because now I have the roster. And now I'm turning over to Ohio State. Ohio State is ranked 2nd in the coaches poll, and in the Associated Press, they're ranked 3rd. So this is also this represents technically the 63rd number 1 versus number 2 matchup in college football. They met 232 days ago, January 10th, in the Cotton Bowl, where Ohio State came away with the win, 28-14. Ohio State is 6-4 all-time versus SEC member institutions. So that's a key note to keep an eye on. Now, Ohio State has the fewest losses in the 11th season CFP era. That's 17. There's 29-17 since 2014. Ryan Day is 70-10 through his first 6 seasons as the head coach. Is the number 1 nationally with a winning percentage of 875. His teams are 24-9 versus top 25 teams, 15-8 versus top 10, and 7-6 versus top 5. So that's going to be a tough one there. The Buckeyes under Ryan Day, they've been ranked in the top 10 in the Associated poll 79 of his 80 games.
Wow.
Think about that. In the top 10. 79 of 80 games. Ohio State is at 4-1, and Texas 4-1 have impressive records and matchups between the number 1 and number 2 teams in the nation. So this is a big game. This really is. Taking into consideration the rankings, I went over that. The game is the earliest ever number 1 versus number 2 matchup, and it's only the 5th such matchup in the regular season in the 21st century. So there you go. It's 1-11. Yeah, Texas and Ohio State are one of 11 Power 4 versus Power 4 versus Power 4 matchups this week. So You have this game. You have Alabama, Florida State, Auburn versus Baylor, Georgia Tech, Colorado yesterday, LSU, Clemson, Nebraska, Cincinnati, Notre Dame, versus Miami, Florida, Syracuse, Tennessee, TCU, North Carolina, Utah at UCLA, Virginia Tech at South Carolina. So there's a lot of big games.
Mm-hmm.
So this is great. First year quarterback starting under Ryan Day. Julian Sayin will be the fifth quarterback to start under to make their first start under Ryan Day. The other four: Ryan Haskin in 2018, Justin Field in 2019, CJ Sprout in 2021, and Kyle McCord in 2023, and they've all enjoyed success. Their average stat line in their first season under Day, 60.689 completion percentage, basically 69%, 3,927 yards, 40 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. That's impressive numbers there. That definitely is. Ohio State has to replace 14 players who were drafted last year. That's a school time record from the 2024 national team. And just to give you a little insight, in terms of scoring offense, Ohio State averaged 35.7 points, Texas at 33. So in the NCAA, Ohio State was 14, Texas was 29. Scoring defense, Ohio State was 29.9, Texas was 15.3. And they're both number one and number two. So total offense, Ohio State was 429.4, which was 30th in the NCAA, and Texas was 437.5, which was 21st. Defensively, Ohio State gave up 254.6 yards, which was number one in all of the NCAA, and Texas was 283.4, which was third. So this is going to be a true battle. So one last little tidbit: turnover margins. Ohio State was +3, which was 46 in the country. Texas was +5, which was 40th in the country. And in terms of sacks, Ohio State had 53, which was second in the NCAA. And Ohio State was 53, and Texas is 46, which was fourth in the NCAA last year. So some pretty impressive numbers there. So there's a little bit more, but I know they're getting close to the kickoff, so I'm not going to waste everybody's
About
time.
10
So,
more minutes.
oh, we got 10 more minutes. Okay,
Mhm.
so let's take a look here. Let me tap into the chat. Arku, yeah, of course, those last one, yeah, we talked about that. You got your what you call it in there, the Aboriginal. It's in there. Yes, sir. Okay. Aboriginal. Yes, sir. Okay. And yeah, RC, what's up? Thank you for tapping in, man. Really appreciate you. So so there you have it. Some little insights on, okay, since we have time, I can give you a little bit more tidbits. But before I do that, Cave, what's your thoughts? Because I'm reading all this stuff. What's your thoughts about today's game?
Man, today's game is going to be an epic game, man. Like I said, what do you get number one versus number three at the first game of the season for either team? A big game. It ain't no cupcake game. Usually these big teams play cupcakes in their first week, but this is right off the bat. Right now, man, if Ohio State can get this win, I think they would jump to number one if they could do that, beating Texas. And if Texas loses, like I said, they'll fall down to probably 2 or 3 at the most because they're still a talented team. But this is a big game in Ohio State's backyard. This is a game that what's his name? Sayan, the quarterback, is like, hey, you want to make his mark at Ohio State. This is the game to do it. Your first game against a big time team, man, to put your name on the map and get this team on the map. Do it, man. In front of the home crowd. And the ratings is going crazy for this game because this is a game that's featured possibly the number one pick in NFL draft in Arch Manning, who everybody's been talking about and, try to see how he's going to come out this year. Because if he has a big year, I know even though his granddad say he's not going to come out, but recently he said, I don't go by that, you know what I'm saying? So, it doesn't mean that, he's going to stay at, Texas for another year. It's like he could come out and be the number one pick and stuff like that. So, hey, man, this is a big game also for Archie Manning, too. He puts him on center stage right now, and if he does good, this could be the start of his Heisman campaign, right? So
Mm-hmm.
this has implications for playoff and Heisman implications. So this is a big
Mm-hmm.
test, man, for both teams. You know what I'm saying? This is why they play the games, and this is a great start of the season, man. Texas
Mm-hmm.
versus Ohio State can't get any better, any bigger than this, man. So
Exactly.
I'm ready to see this game. I'm ready to see how Arch Manning reacts in this game. This is his first, you know what I'm saying? He's giving the keys right now. This is his team now. It's not no more Quinn Ewers. So now it's all on Arch Manning. So let's see how he reacts to pressure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Big Noon, they're giving their prediction. Urban Meyer went with, of course, Ohio State 28-24. Matt
Mm-hmm.
Leinart went with Texas 27-21. Mark Ingram went with Texas 24-23. Brady Quinn now is about ready to give his projection. So we'll see what everyone is thinking. So he went with Ohio State 21-27. So there you go. So
Mm-hmm.
we have the little visitor. Let me cancel that out there. All right. So to continue on, uh, Ryan Day's Buckeyes are 22-7 versus non-conference opponents and have won 7 consecutive games. His teams are 16-1 versus non-conference opponents in regular season and have won 11 consecutive games since a 2022 loss to Pac-12 member Oregon at the point in time. His 20 teams are 7-0 in season openers and 19-4 in games where there has been more than 1 week to prepare. Think about that. He's
Mm-hmm.
undefeated in season openers. So, with dual 1,000, running backs who were drafted last year into the NFL, Ohio State returns just 2 running backs who have gained rush yards as a Buckeye. Second-year player James People, 197 yards and a 4-point average, and Sam Dixon, 53 yards at a 7.3 average. West Virginia transfer C.J. Donaldson had 1,690 yards, career rushing yards at West Virginia, 23 touchdowns, and a 4.8 average. So he's the most experienced. All four starting defensive linemen from Ohio State have been gone between 2023 and 2024 season, so they're no longer there. The 2025 defensive line is talented and has experience, just not starting a full game experience. So there's a lot of intrigue that's coming into play, with both of these teams coming up. So there you have it. Those are little tidbits. What do you guys think, man? Make sure you put your thoughts into the chat. Who do you think is going to win? What do you think the tenor is? Who do you think are going to be some key players into this game, Cave? For each team.
Well, of course, you got to start off, of course, with Arch Manning. That's first and foremost on the side of Texas. And then, like I said, I want to see their running back and their receivers because Texas lost some guys last year. They
Mm-hmm.
lost, I believe, Blue, the running back.
Mm-hmm.
Also lost Bond and Matthew Golden, receivers.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, I got to see what these new receivers can do today to step up and take over the spotlight, because guess what? The next man up, right? When you lose some
Mm-hmm.
big key players, you got all these other 5-star recruits sitting behind, waiting in the wings to get their chance. So go ahead and take advantage of your chance. And for Ohio State, the new quarterback, Sayon, it's like, hey, what you going to do? This is a big game. You know what I'm saying? We already know what Jeremiah Smith is. He's one of the top receivers in football. So, who's
Mm-hmm.
going to be his wide receiver too? Who's going to be the running back stepping up? Because Ohio State lost Quinshawn Junkins and Travion Henderson. So who's these new
Mm-hmm.
backs going to be? So we're
Mm-hmm.
going to look at these skill position players, and then also on the defensive side, who's going to be for Ohio State. You lost the defensive tackle. What is this? He got picked in the draft this year too. They lost him.
Mm-hmm. Hold on a
What
second.
was his name?
You have
Trace something. I forgot his name.
JT Talmayo, Ty Hamilton, Talik Williams.
Talik Williams. They lost Talik Williams, Ty Hamilton. So, hey, who's going to be the new guys to step in? You know what I'm saying? And also, same thing for Texas, because Texas lost a bunch of players on defense, too, like
Mm-hmm.
Makuba, the
Mm-hmm.
safety. They lost him. And then they lost Alfred Collins, the defensive tackle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
hey, you got to get some new guys to step in, man. So, hey, this is a game that you got to make your name in because guess what? These are what legends are made in the big games, man. And you want to see who's going to rise to the occasion, man. This is the game to make a name for yourself and get on that map, man. So I'm looking forward to it and, see who's going to be the new players to step up this year for Texas and Ohio State.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I'm with you there. Quarterbacks are going to be key to this.
One more thing, but Caleb Downs, that's the
Mhm.
guy that I want. I mean, I'm a Giants fan, but like that defensive back, like I said, he is a physical back, man. Caleb Downs, if you don't know about him, man, he's a top 5, a top 10 pick going into this upcoming draft. Very physical cornerback and stuff like that all over the place, man. So, hey, I love the physicality that he plays with. So watch out for Caleb Downs in this game.
All right, good breakdown, man. Appreciate you with that. But yeah, I'm with you in terms of the quarterbacks. Those are going to be key. Yeah, and also the intrigue with Jeremiah Smith, because remember last year when they faced each other, Texas took him out of the game. He only
Mm-hmm.
got one completion. I think it was for 3 yards, if I'm not mistaken. So, what is Texas going to do again? Are they going to continue to bracket him? Are they going to take him away? You have a young quarterback, so he's probably going to be pressed to try and get him the football, especially with his first career start. What's up, Arku? Thank you for tapping
Mm-hmm.
in. Yeah, both teams have good defenses. So,
Mm-hmm.
I read the numbers. They were both highly ranked 1 and 2 last year in terms of their defenses. So, it's going to be intriguing. Great coaches. Like I read, even Ryan Day undefeated in opening games. So, looks like we're just about ready to get kicked off. So, um, the student section are out there getting hyped up. Everyone is jumping around in this highly anticipated game. So, in the coaches poll, Ohio State is number 2. So this is the first seasoning opening matchup between number 1 and number 2. That's why this game is pretty big. So, Ohio State will be kicking off to Texas. So, they're lined up and everything is set. We're just waiting for the officials to give the okay to kick the ball off. So,
Yes,
let's
sir.
go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. So let me see if I can hit it right. Yeah, come on, refs. Let's go, let's go. Let's get this game going. We all want this game. We're all ready for it. So, we're all tuned in. So, and I know the ratings are probably out there. And the ball is kicked, and there it goes. And into the first 1 yard into the end zone, bringing it out, cut to the outside, and tackled by the kicker. So that was number 5 for Texas. So don't know if I think that was Wisner. I don't know if it's Muhammad or Wisner who brought it out. So Archman is going to be bringing out this offense. Third start and his first on the road. Okay, so this is a really big test for him. So how do you handle that pressure? Being that you're on the road playing in front of probably over 100,000 people out there at Buckeye Stadium. So right now they're coming out. They're going to be on the right hash mark. Texas looks like they're in a 3-by-1 set on the left hash mark in a pistol formation. Wisner is lined up right behind Arch Manning. So,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah,
Yeah.
right. NYG, a lot of pressure. The pressure is actually on both of them, though. Well, both quarterbacks. But yeah, on the Arch, he wants to get off to a good start, especially if he's going to be considered for the Heisman, and if he's going to come out. Okay, we're going. What's happening here? Why are they? Can't see. Oh, okay. So I guess his teammate was telling him to hold off, and yeah, sometimes they'll say that's an invalid. So they moved it to the 25 less hash mark, 1-by-3 motion across left, right to left. There's the handle, fake, Arch Manning, and into the ground. You had a
Mm.
receiver wide open, so you
Mm-hmm. On
had
the run.
DeAndre Moore there. Now, Arch did roll to the right, and he did not get his feet set. He threw off balance there. So they're going to go line back up. They're in a 2-by-2 wing to the left, running back to the right of Manning. There's the snap, and Wisner right up the middle, pickup of about 6 yards there. So it's going to be a 3rd and 4 when we come back to the next snap. So Buckeyes defense, Jackson,
That
McDonald,
Patricia.
Houston, Curry, Sonny Styles, Reese as your linebackers, Matthews, Downs, Styles, McLean, and Igbinosun from Union, New Jersey. Left hash mark 1-by-3, running back to the left. Middle slot took took a motion and quick dump off, look to the tight end. Are they giving him the first down? Looks like he's short. They're saying fourth down, so it's fourth and inches. Is Texas going to go for it? Yes, they are. They're going for it right now. So
Mm-hmm.
there is the snap. There's the pileup. Where are they spotting him? They're giving him the first down. So Manning with the quick 1 yard run there. So got to a half a yard run if you want to be technical. So, all right. So that's the first down for Texas there.
Good.
So,
Hey, man. But did you see that where they at on the field? You see the
yeah,
confidence? They don't care where they
yeah,
at.
exactly. So that's the first down. So, yeah, he got the first down. I can see it there. So, yeah, they help push it. So, all right. So at the 35, 1-3. Tight end. There's a handoff again to Wisner, bouncing to the outside. Oh, is that far? No, that's number 4.
Baxter
Yeah,
Jr.
Baxter. So good run there. That's another first down, Texas. Good backside run. Good ceiling on that backside there. So so we're in another 1st and 10. Texas is lined up. They're at the 48.5-yard line. Quick shift. They're in a 2-3 now. They're empty set with the inline tight end Manning in the backfield by himself. And looks like Ohio State's single high. There's a pass right over the middle and a flag on the play.
Yeah, it looked like they blew the play dead.
Yeah, they blew the play dead. So, all right. So penalties against Ohio State.
Wingo.
Mm-hmm. So that was the false start there. So we're moving it back 5 yards. So it's a 1st and 15. What are they at? About the 44-yard line, 43.5. All right, Manning calls signal, moves up to under the center. They're in a 1-3 heavy wing set to right. And there's a run and good stop on the defense there.
Matt Patricia back in college.
Mm-hmm. McDonald on the stop, pickup of about 2 yards there. So the man with the pencil and the plan. So 2nd and 13 for Texas. Doing a fairly okay job moving the ball. So, but right now they're at the 46-yard line. So what do you do right here? 2-2 stack motion, bringing outside in. There's the run and good tackle. Who's that? Baxter? Is that Baxter with the run?
Yep.
All right, Baxter with the run. Curry on the tackle there. Looks like it's about a pickup of about 5. Yeah, they gave him 5, so it's 3rd and 8 now. So, what is Texas going to do? Arch Manning, though, needs to do a little bit better with his passes. That first one, that he shot into the ground. I think it's a little bit of the jitters, first game. So, big implications here. So, here we go. They're lined up on the left center hash, 1-3, wing motioned out, coming back inside. High snap there, rolling to the right to Baxter and knocked out of bounds by Sonny Styles there. It's going to be a 4th down. So where are they at? A 4th and 2? Are they 4th and 2? Caught the pass and yeah, it's 4th and 2. So are they still going to go for it?
Yeah, Texas is like, they don't care, man. Go ahead. Do your thing, number 1. Go ahead.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, it's a 4th and about 2. 10:45 on the clock. Sark is the gambler, man. So, here we go. They're in a 2-2 with a wing, motion the wing across, pistol formation, inside run, and he stopped for 1 yard gain. So, good tackle there by Avery Reese. Good hit and good fill. The alley opened up and he shot right in and made the tackle in the backfield. So that's a turnover on down right there. So
So NYG, what do you say? Any players you guys are watching on the Ohio State defense? Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I'm watching. I
yeah,
already told you, I'm watching Caleb Downs. I'm watching the cornerback
Downs.
Caleb Downs. Like I said, I like number 2 Caleb Downs, physical player. Like I said, going to be a top 10, probably the first cornerback or second cornerback taken in the draft. So I'm watching. He's a physical corner man, loves to play against the run.
Exactly. So defensively, I mean, but again, that was a good stop right there. Didn't take my notes. But I can come back to that. Again, Styles, both linebackers, number 0, Sonny Styles and Avril Reese, both have been making plays. Cave just hit you with one defensive back. I'm actually going to be watching David Davison Igbinosun from Union, New Jersey. Brother
Okay.
played. Brother played at his brother played at Rutgers. Igbinosun actually started at Ole Miss and transferred out. So after his freshman year, so he's been at
What
O
is it? What is
State.
he? Defensive tackle. What is he?
No, defensive back. He's a cornerback.
A cornerback. Okay.
Yeah. So I believe his jersey number is number 1 for them on defense. So, but yeah, I mean, Jersey pride. I gotta look out for the boys. So,
I
Union County
know.
boy at that too.
Union
So,
County.
so gotta keep it there. So, but again, for Ohio State, that's a good stop right there. Turnover on down. Texas went for it a couple times. They
Mm-hmm.
went, so they're the 4th down gambling team. So, good job. Turnover on down. And the other one, let me see.
Now we'll get to see Ohio State on offense when they come out and see what Sayon's going to do. Sayon's going to do on their first possession because they got
Mhm.
good field position too. They got good field position too.
Exactly. So the one thing I am going to be looking for is the use of the running backs. How is the running game? Because you have the West Virginia transfer, but then again, the others are very limited. They're talented, but they're limited in play. What's up, Chad? Man, thanks for tapping in. Yeah, you know how we do. Clap, clap, smack, smack, jelly cake. So,
Yeah, what's good,
uh,
bro?
so I can't lie to you. As a member of Big Ten, there's a part of me that's like, I want to see the Big Ten do well, but this is a big game here. So, Brian Day also, again, I read it earlier, 7-0 in opening games for his
Mm-hmm.
season. So, excuse me,
The dude
he's
that played in Union County, he played in the Watchung Conference. The
mm-hmm,
Watchung Conference for what
mm-hmm,
school? Union High.
Union. Yeah.
Oh, that's why I think that's what Dash went. Dash in the Union.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dash went to Union. So, all right. So Ohio State's in a pistol look, and they're at the left center hash, and there's a run, bounce to the outside, and looks like a pickup of about 2, maybe 3 yards there on the run there. So, who was that? That was number 12 for Ohio State. So that's C.J. Donaldson, the transfer from West Virginia. So, you're running with him just to with the experience there, which I kind of figured they would. So, Jeremiah Smith. Ooh, there. Oh, Brian Hartline is the play caller. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Pistol run, shotgun formation, heavy wing set. Good physical run up front by Ohio State. Looks like a pickup there of about 5 yards, 6 yards. It might come down. It was a 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1. Yes, 3rd down. So let's see what happens. Let's see what Texas does. How they handle this big play here. Ohio State, you've been running. You ran 2 times. Do you do the same thing? So it's a 3rd and 1. You're at the 49-yard line. So there you go. 3 tight ends in, and there's the run, and it looks like he's short.
He's
It
short.
looks like he's short. Yep, he got no game. So, is this a 3 and out, or is Ryan Day going to punt the ball and play field
He
position?
might as well go for it, man. You right there in the 5th, or past the 5th. You right back. Go ahead, go for it. But who knows? It's only a 4th and 1. But the offensive line got to get some push. They got to get some push.
That was a good cross face move by number 18, Leone Lefau. So yeah, they're going for it. So here we go. Both coaches are going for it. They're the risk takers. That's what you want to do, being aggressive. Coming down under the center, play action. There's the pass and completion and incomplete. He dropped the pass.
Oh,
Oh man, it was right there in his hands. That was a
he
good
was
read.
open.
Yeah, he was right there. So turnover downs for Ohio State now. So um, they
Yeah,
went
that was on the
4 and out.
receiver.
Yeah, that was on the tight end there. Fourth down pass hit him in the hands, and then it bobbled out. So need to do a better job there. So tight end in the hands. All right, what's up, Dave? Man, thank you for tapping in, and really appreciate it. So, um, I will say this: I do think some of this is, guys are just jittery, with what's going on. Big series,
Yeah,
big games. So, each team has had their way. So, but right now, Texas is going to get their second set, and they're going to be starting at their own 49-yard line. So, in a
good
sense,
field position for either team.
very
Good.
good. Exactly. Very good field position. They did move the ball because they got the ball initially at their 25 and turned it over to Ohio State in Ohio State territory. So
Mm-hmm. But
it's
you know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for Arch Manning on this series. I want to see the passing. I don't want to see the handoffs too much. I mean, I know what the handoffs. I want to see the passing. That's what I'm here for.
yeah, you got to get him
The
settled in.
accuracy. I know. I want to see the
Yeah,
accuracy.
that's what it is. So and then this offensive line, how are they handling the pressure from O State? Because I have seen Arch moving a little bit more, so he's not
Like
sitting
running.
back there.
Right.
Yeah, he's rolling, out of the pocket. So that's also telling me they're trying to help him and help the offensive line, not just sit back there in a pocket. It changes the angle for the defense, in terms of rushing the quarterback. So, but thanks everyone for tuning in. Really appreciate you all. Make sure you guys hit the like button for all the channels here. Make sure you sub up if you haven't already done so, and share on all of your social media platforms. I really appreciate everyone here. So, what are you guys thinking right now? Let us know in the chat. What's your take so far on this game? I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking. So, let's have a great conversation while we're watching this outstanding
Mm-hmm.
game, 1 versus 2. So let me see. Do I
Yeah,
have any?
just let us know, man, who you think is going to win this game. And like I said, first things first. Another one. First things first, man. Is like who's gonna draw first blood? That's the thing. Who's gonna draw first blood? Who's gonna get on the scoreboard first?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because whoever gets on the scoreboard first, then that puts more pressure on the other team. Because you got to stay close. You can't fall behind 2 possessions. So you got to keep it a
Exactly.
1-score game. Keep
And
it a 1-score game.
I don't know where this character comes from.
Mhm. And if you're Ohio State, boy, you at home, you got the perfect. This is the perfect upset, right? This is the perfect upset, man. Right on your home field.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So it's a big game. It's a big statement game at that.
Jeremiah Smith was saying he was open, but I know sometimes the way he looked a little frustrated. He's like, I was open, he could have gave me the ball.
Well, he is going to be frustrated because remember last year they took him out of the game. So
Mm-hmm.
but let's see. Let me try and see if I can get any updates.
Yeah,
Mississippi's.
I'll get you update. I'll get the updates on
Here's
these.
the run up the middle, and looks like a pickup of about 3 yards on the play. So,
All right, another game's upstate. Mississippi State up 7-3 over Southern Miss. 6:16 left to go in the first. Also, first 7:55 left to go. Tennessee up 3-0 over Syracuse in the first. Maryland up 7-0 over Florida Atlantic in the first quarter. 6:38 left to go in that game. Tulane up 7-0 over Northwestern. 2:42 left to go in the first in that game.
all right. So 2 plays, 2 runs. Second run was stopped for no gain. So it's going to be a 3rd and 6 right now. So right now it's about the defenses. The offenses are just really trying to fill each other out. They're lined up at about the 46.5 of Ohio State. So let's see what we do. Motion across to a bunt set to the right. And that's going to be a false start on the right tackle. So it's going to move it back 5 yards. So it'll be a 3rd and 11. So, yeah, this is
Mm.
about the defenses, and the offenses are just a little bit jittery. So,
That false start don't help Texas one bit, man. Guys got to stay disciplined.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. All right, Baker on the false start. He has Atkinson on his shoulder. Atkinson showing looks like a wide 9. All right, so 1-by-3, left center hash, running back to the left. There it is, Manning dropping back, passing the flat to the running back, and there you go. Holy, got an little extra yards. Picked up about 4 yards, 5 yards. Styles on the tackle there. So that's going to be a 4th down for Texas, and looks like we're going to have our first punt of the game. So. So yeah, this is defense, defense, defense right now. So,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to have your punt. You're going to be punting roughly at about their Ohio State. What is that? 47-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the punt. It's away and fielded at around the 7-yard line by Ohio State. So. It probably was Brandon Ennis, wide receiver from American Heritage down in Florida, Hollywood,
Mm-hmm.
Florida. So there you go. So, yeah, man, the offense has really got to settle in. They need to settle in right now because this is feeling like the defenses are getting more and more comfortable. It's like we could do whatever we want. We could stop you guys, and this is both offenses. This is not just
Mm-hmm.
one. So, now Texas did have 2 series. This is Ohio State's 2nd series. So, yeah, they are starting slow offensively. Texas did move the ball a little bit. They moved it to around midfield on their first series and, ended up turning it over on downs. Ohio State basically turned it 4 plays, turned it right back over. So, both teams are starting out slow. Arch Manning rolls right on his first pass and basically had a receiver open and threw it in the ground, and then Sayin threw the pass right there to his tight end, and he was open, but he
Mm-hmm.
should have made the play. So this is about jitters right now. This is really what I'm feeling. It's about the jitters. These teams offensively are jittery. Defenses are comfortable. They just want to line up and go hit somebody. That's pretty much it. You just line up, play your keys, and go hit somebody. Real simple. So,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah, I look at it as not a good trend though. From last night's game, these teams are getting good field position with no pressure on, and they're just not executing. Now Ohio State now they have to move the ball 80-something yards now. See, now you got your back up against the wall, so you're gonna have more pressure on you and stuff because you don't want to turn that ball over or do something. But these guys got to get better. I mean, I know it's the first game season, so you got the jitters, you got this stuff like that. But hey, man, you getting good field position. They not taking advantage of these opportunities, man. I mean, that's the easiest thing to take advantage of opportunities when you're at the 50. Only go about 20, 30 yards to get a field goal or something to get some points up. You got to get something, I mean, but nobody even moving the ball downfield. I haven't seen no long passes yet. I know it's only first 2 series, but they're going to have to open up if you're going to, I mean, it's a lot of runs. So the defense is keen on the run. So they got to open it up. You got to start getting some tight ends over the middle to open up down the seam or something like that. You got to do something to break the game open. You know what I'm saying?
Here's a quick little overview. First downs, Texas has 2, Ohio State none. 0 for 3 efficiency for Texas, 0 for 1 for Ohio State, 1 for 2 on 4th down for Texas, 0 for 1. Total yards, Texas 47, Ohio State 9. So that's pretty much where it is, man. It's really, nothing on the offensive side of the ball for either team. So Texas has a little bit more, like I said, 47 yards to 9. So, the 38-yard difference. But, like you said, you need these offenses to step it up, man. We definitely need the offense. And that's where, plus you have a young quarterback, first start, Manning, first road start. So coaches do something to help them out, even if it's something that's a simple screen just to help a little bit, so you widen the defense and then, it opens up. So 1st and 10 in the middle. There's a handoff to the running back, and basically looks like he got maybe a yard on the play. So that was Burke on the handoff, and Burke on the tackle, and I didn't see who the runner was. So saying is 0 for 1 on the day, so really hasn't tried anything except that one pass where his tight end dropped the pass. So it's going to be gave him a 1 yard pickup there. It's going to be a 2nd and 9 for Ohio State, roughly at about their 4 yard line. So going into a 1-by-3 motion across. There's a snap. There's a screen, just like I said, right to Smith, which is exactly what I said. Just give him a little screen, something simple. That's all you need to do. Picked up there about what? Picked up 6 yards. So that's what you want to do. Get him comfortable and then help the offense. So it's a 3rd and 3. So if you still want to run the ball, you can run the ball. And in defense, what do? Do you play the run, or do you play them to do a mid-range in the pass game? So changes, adjustments, 3rd and 3. They're on the right hash. They're empty set, 3-by-2. Texas looks like they're blitzing. They dropped into coverage, saying with the pass, and there's the completion right there. So good pickup there to his tight end who dropped the pass before, number 86, which is Max Player. So yeah. So he picked up there about 7 yards. So there you go. Good job. Good pass. Read the open area, settled in, and picked it up. So they're on the right hash. They're in a close formation, motion across, running back to the right. Play action into the flat, and he dropped the pass. He tried
his
to
eyes
run.
off too.
Yeah,
right. Jeremiah Smith.
For the most part, Sand is putting the ball right there with his playmakers. They're just dropping the passes. That's 2 drop passes there. So, you do that. You want to help a young quarterback with that. So, Smith, though, he wants to make a play, especially, it's probably in his head from last year. I need to make a play. They shut me down. So right now, right hash mark, 3-by-1, running back to the left of Sand, motion across, and inside off tackle run, and stop right at the line. Actually, for a 1 yard loss there. Fayu. Yeah. So that was running back number. It was that James People. Yeah, James People, number 20. So it's going to be a 3rd and 11. So these defenses are definitely playing it today. All right. So you're at your 25-yard line, 3rd and 11. What does Texas do? So 3-by-1, motion across, right hash, running back to the left. Here's the blitz, and another dropped pass. Another drop pass. So they're not helping this quarterback. That's 3 drop passes, and it's not like it's not like he's not putting the ball there. He's putting it right in their hands. So they need to do a better job. They need to settle in. Saying is doing his job. You got to help this kid. 2 drop passes. That's something that you can't have. So Ohio State is lined up. McGuire for his punt. Here's the snap, and the ball is away. Good punt, and ball's over the returner's head, and it's down around the 25-yard line of Texas. So Texas will have it their 3rd possession. So these offenses really need to step up, man. So it's I understand the frustration, but you need to really step up. So Ohio State, 2 drop passes.
Yeah, I want to see these quarterbacks and the receivers got to make some plays too. But hopefully, I'm not seeing game managers, man. I'm trying to look at college football this year, so you're going to see a lot of game managers. These guys are going to be handing off the ball a lot, or how are they going to move this offense? I want to see a lot of verticals going downfield from these explosive offenses. It's supposed to be explosive offense. I want to see that. Need to see that.
Yeah, as a college football fan, I do understand where you guys are coming from. So and again, Ryan Day and his staff is doing exactly what I said do. Help your young quarterback. It's about these receivers dropping
Mm-hmm.
the passes. It's just as simple as that. You're getting the opportunity. You got to make the plays. So you want to help out a young quarterback. It also forces it because now this defense, what they're seeing, I can tell you right now. I'm telling my as a coordinator, they're scared. You come to the sideline, they're scared. They're so focused on trying to make a play too quickly, they're not catching the football.
Right,
So
right.
they're worrying about getting hit. Things of that nature. You guys keep doing what you're doing. So, but in terms of Ohio State, Texas, they're starting to buckle down. I mean, they're starting to die down. The first series,
Stagnant.
8 and now, you know, what 3-and-out, turnover
Mm-hmm.
on downs. So yeah,
And
these
those
off
are good field positions too.
mhm,
Good field positions.
very good field position. So well, right now, Ohio State flipped the field. So you push them to their 25. So now what does
Texas.
Texas do right now going forward? So we'll see what happens going up.
But like I
So
said, these are two good defenses,
here we
but
go.
still, I could care less about the defense. You got some good offensive players. They got to step up and do their part. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is what you got to do. You want to play against the best against when you play the good defense.
Mm-hmm. I want to see defense. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You want to see defense, but I want to see these other guys do their jobs too. You know what I'm saying? The defense is
Mhm.
doing their jobs. I need the offense to do their jobs. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, you 5-star
You
recruit. Show me
talking
your
to
5-star recruit. Show
you
me your
talking to a
5-star
former
recruit.
defensive lineman. Come
I
on, man.
know, I
I
know, I
love
know.
this.
I
No,
know
I
this
want to
this
see
is your part of ball. Is
no, but
like,
you're
hey,
right. You're right. You're right in what you're saying there. So,
because now everybody getting paid. Everybody
mm-hmm,
paid. You know what I'm saying? So everybody
mm-hmm.
getting their money.
Yeah, all aboard the hype train. Is the hype fizzling out?
Yeah, because
So
I don't want to see them playing against like Old Dominion or teams like that and putting up big numbers. I could care less about the big numbers. I want to put the big numbers
mm,
against the big teams.
excellent point. Excellent point. Yes, you do. You definitely want to see your as Dickie V prime time players show up in prime time moments. So Archie Manning with the play action, sitting there and overthrew his receiver. He had time. He had time. Maybe a little bit too much time because the clock is running down in his head. So, yeah, ineffective, inefficient offense right now. So, you need something. You want to see that one explosive play. It helps them settle down. So, offensively. So let's see what happens. 3:29 on the quarter, left hash mark on the 25, one by three, no, 2 by 2. There's a handoff and tackle for about a 2-yard gain by Ohio State. Atkins on the tackle. I didn't see who the running back was. Did you see who the running back was?
I don't know if it was Baxter, and I think it was
Eh,
Baxter.
Okay, Baxter. So it's a 3rd and 8. So, and the fans are giving them the third down hex. All right, motion across. Looks like they're in a man situation, 1 by 3, running back to the left. So it's probably 2 deep, man under because of the 2 safeties deep. And let's see what happens. They're in the zone. And there goes Manning with the effort at the run. And it picked up about a half a yard on the play. So good tackle right there by, who's that, Reese? And defensively, yeah, it looked like they were in a 2 deep man under. Yeah, oh, they changed it. Yeah, they changed it. They showed man, but they bumped it to a zone. So they actually went from, and I think that probably caught him for a second because I initially read 2 deep man under, and then there was the adjustment on the snap. They were playing zone. So that does force the quarterback to hold the ball a little bit more. So now they're set to punt, 4th and 7. So there's the snap. Ball is away and fielded at about the 19-yard line, 20-yard line. So and it looks like that was Smith. So there you
Mm-hmm.
have it. So another 3-and-out. these offenses, yeah, they are really stagnant. You take the deep shot right now. Open up the defense because right now you really aren't. I don't think I've seen a pass over 15 yards. So defense
Yeah,
are
right.
just playing. They're going to play the intermediate areas to the short areas, force them to open it up a little bit more. So receivers, 2 receptions, 3 drops. Yep, there you go. All right, they're coming out in a pistol formation. Looks like it's a 2-by-2 with an inline tight end. Motion into a wing left. There's a handoff right up the middle. 2 peoples, and looks like he picked up about 2, maybe 3 yards. So,
Dewani was good. Salute, bro.
what's up, Duwani? Thanks for tapping in, my brother. Hope all is well with you and the family, man. Appreciate you being here. So here we go. So they gave him 3 yards. So it's a 2nd and 7. So Smith needs to settle in, just run your route. When the ball comes, focus on the ball. So there you have it. So Ohio State's on the right hash mark. They're in a 3-by-1 inline tight end to the right. There's the drop back to the pass over the middle to Smith. And great pickup there, about a good 13 yards there. Saddle right, he did a sit right in the front in the quarterback's view. Quarterback Sam did a good job just getting the ball right into his hands. So there you go. He came, sat. They came with the blitz, read the open area, replaced the blitz, and you got a good pickup. Sam for the most part, he's accurate. He really is. He's getting the ball right there to his receivers. Nothing too high, nothing too low. He's making it catchable. They just have to do it. So there you go. So,
Yep.
all right, 1st and 10, right hash mark, inside run again, and pickup of about another 4 yards. So, and the running game is doing what they need to do. Just take a chop away. I know we want to see the deep explosive plays. We want to see big offense, but right now you're just chopping away and you're setting it up to eventually, boom, hit them with that big explosive play. Ohio State now is starting to get in the rhythm. They gave him 5 yards on that. So it's 2nd and 5. It started in a bunch left, motion across 2-by-2, wing to the right, running back off to the left. And that ends the first quarter. So there you have it. At the end of the first quarter, we have a tie game. 0-0.
Right.
So I have to admit, I did think it would be more scoring there in this game for now.
Yeah, but like I said, I hope the Arch Manning hive and everybody's watching. You got to watch these type of games, man. You can't just go for the 57-6 game when they playing like Tulane or some other schools. You got to go to these big schools. I want to see what they're going to do in the big moments. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I mainly, like I said, I want to see. I mean, I'm watching his throwing angles, I'm watching his passing and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what accuracy, and that's what you want to look at and stuff like that. Under pressure, how does he look under pressure? Can he deliver? Can he deliver? Can he stand in the pocket? Can he make a play? That's what I'm trying to look at.
All right, so quick update. North Dakota State over Citadel looks like 3-0. And Richmond is over Lehigh 7-0. Navy 14-0 over VMI. Maryland FAU are tied at 7. Pittsburgh 14-0 over Duquesne. Tennessee's shellacking Syracuse in the first quarter, 17-0. Purdue's up 21-0 over Ball State. Mississippi State over Southern Miss 10-3. Tulane is over Northwestern 10-3. And Toledo and Kentucky 0-0. That game just started. Those 13 minutes in the game. So there you have it. So, but yeah.
So we're gonna see who's gonna draw first blood in this game, because whoever draw first blood and scores first, then the pressure goes back on the other team. See, that's how it's got to be, man. And if it gets to 2 scores, then it's really gonna get a lot of pressure.
What it also does, who scores first, it also takes some of that pressure off of you. You can say, all right, we moved and we got some scoring down. So there we have it. So I'm interested in these chess matches with the play callers, with Patricia and Hartline for Ohio State and Sarkisian and his defense coordinator for Texas. What do you do? as I said earlier, with Ryan Day in Heartline, you get the ball to a screen a couple of times. That helps. Now, Sayan has been playing. To me, he's been playing fairly well.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that his teammates are not helping him. So, and that's the thing, and he seems comfortable down there. So, personally, with Ohio State, they're ready to take a deep shot. Take a deep shot, send a message to the defense. If you connect, great. But if not, now the defense of Texas starts to see, okay, now they're starting to get comfortable. Now they're going to go deep. Now, do they in turn start to bring pressure? And, now you get certain open areas and, there's certain things you can do. So, oh, I thought that was going to be Brady with the rings. That's it.
Mm-hmm. The commercial.
Yeah, that's some with the little, the purchase rings that you buy. So, oh no, that looks like me. Yeah, that's me right there, coming up with plays all over the place. Yeah, that's been me in my lifetime. Notes and notes and notes and notes and plays and pages of
Mm-hmm.
plays all over the place. So, Giants and Commanders, September 1st. There you have it. All right. Coming back to action to start the second quarter. And Ohio State is right close to midfield. So what do you do? So
Yeah, they're back at where they was at. Like I said, this is what they should have took advantage in the first quarter.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, so they're roughly at about the 44-yard line, 44 and a half. And Sam is calling the signals, right hash mark. And it's 1-by-3, motion across. And there's the inside, and that's all they're doing. There goes Peoples with a nice run, cut to the outside, good tackle, but a pickup, a first down. So good job by Ohio State. They're starting to get into a rhythm. One thing I am noticing, they are using the run game to help their quarterback. Sion 3 of 6, 33 yards, but this running game is starting to really 26 players from both teams last year. That's big. That's
Mm-hmm.
talent. And you just bring in new talent. So they're on the left center hash. They're 3-by-1 in a tight set motion across to a tight wing, running back to the left. There's the pass to the tight end. Good pickup there. Very simple. Pickup of about
Christian.
6 yards. So great job by Ohio State. Very simple. Move the ball, get a couple of yards on the run. Simple, short passes. I'm waiting for that deep pass now, because you got me amped up wanting that deep pass now.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna see if Sayon gonna do it, man, and Jeremiah Smith.
Exactly. So right now they're on the left hash. And they're on the right hash around the 44-yard line. Play action. Good play action pass. There's a nice deep pass. Wobbly.
How is that not a pass interference?
Yeah, that looked
He's
like
tackling a guy before he's even catching the. This is crazy, bro.
that was a little so pass. That was his first, yeah, that was interference. That was interference. He's all over him. So I don't fault Smith on that one. That was a bad call by the referee. So so right now looks like it's going to a 3rd and 4. So you're 2-by-2 on the right hash, running back to the right. So do you send the running back to on a stick move to the flat, motion in to stack, running back away. There's the pass deep down the field. And, oh, man, out of his hand. That was right there.
Yeah,
That was a good
his
pass, man.
concentration.
So
There's a flag on the play.
okay. Let's see what the flag is.
Like face mask on the defense.
Okay, so that'll be 15 yards, and that'll help them to move.
He took the guy's helmet off.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's dumb.
Face mask penalty keeps the drive going. Yeah, that's a costly penalty right there. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
is that the first one of the game? Okay, so they're at the 29. Is the inside run and pickup of about 1 yard. So this offensive line is not getting a good push in the run game,
I know
though.
one thing. They not making they not audibling out of that play because I seen that play was coming. They was coming up to blitzing and this he still came off to run. It's like you got to fake it and just like throw a pass.
Okay, so what is Sam going to call? Sam going to run 2nd and 9. Yeah, very limited rush gain and yards for both teams right now going into the second quarter. So right hash 3-by-1 wing motioning out. There's the room. Sam with the pump fake and pass down the field and a flag on the play.
Most likely gonna be pass interference.
Holding defense.
Mm.
So another penalty that's keeping his drive alive here. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, so Texas needs to settle in this defense. Look, they're getting closer. Ohio State is getting closer.
They can't handle Jeremiah Smith.
So they're starting to feel it. Yeah, that's a hold. That's a hold. So and they're keeping 2 on him at all times. So that's what they're trying to do to take him away. So you're moving it up now, another 10 yards, 1st and 10 for Texas. Yeah, 3 penalties for 20 yards against Texas. So, oh yeah, the first one, a false start. So right hash mark. They're in looks like a 3-by-1 with the running back to the right. Motion the wing out. And they're stopping the play. The referees, what's going on? All right, so both teams are going to get into the huddle while the referee talks.
If I doing a spot of the ball.
All right, so you said they're respotting the ball?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
All right.
Let's see. Ohio State gonna draw first blood. Let's see if they're gonna draw first blood.
So they're at the 13-yard line on their right hash mark. So yeah, this is a great opportunity. You're in the red zone. So what do you call it? 1st and 10?
They moved them up to the 18.
Oh, to the 18. I'm sorry, I said the 13. I was trying to read it. So all right, so 1-by-3 motion across into the slot. Now you have double wings, and it's going to be a run. What's that? Let's look like that's is that Campbell?
Number 12. Let me see what number 12. No, Donaldson Jr.
Yeah, that's a kid from West Virginia there. So pickup of about 7 yards. So now one thing I am noticing, these 2 yards runs are now starting to become 5, 6, and 7 yards. So
They're wearing down the defense.
yeah, it could be they're wearing their defense down. So only powerful player with 11 touchdowns each land. Okay. All right. So Donaldson is Oh, that's right. He was at West Virginia. So he's an experienced back. So here we go. There's the right center hash, motion across. There's Donaldson to the outside. And a good run and a good pickup there
Nice.
of about 5 yards there. A good setup, his good run. He was patient. He allowed his block to set up. And he cut right off of it. So there it is. Set, boom, bounce off to the outside. Good job. So not running too fast and just being patient enough.
First and goal.
So exactly. 1st and goal. What yard line? Are they around the 6 or the 7? 6-yard line. So left hash mark coming out in a 1-by-3 tight bunch set. Running back Peoples is to the right of Sayan. So here we go. Going inside run. Very simple. This one is going for about 3 yards there. So I know they drove him back, but it's going to be going to about the 3-yard line. So, so it's going to be 2nd and goal for Ohio State here. All right, so 2nd and goal, 10:40 on the clock, and just keep running the football. That's all you have to do. Just keep running the football. Okay, he's at the 4-yard line, so they gave him 2 yards on there. So 2-by-2, wing to the left, another inside run. Very simple. Pushing the rock, and looks like about another 2 yards. So looks like he's probably around the 2.5 to the 2-yard line. And that's Donaldson on the carry there. So doing a good job also rotating the running back. So, mixing it up, letting these guys get comfortable with what's going on there. So it's a 3rd and goal. So do you run with a pass, or do you keep going with the run and just kick a field goal? All right, so they're at the 2-yard line. All right, so it looks like they're going to be a heavy load to the left. I'm sorry, double tights, wing to the left. Running back is offset, and timeout, Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. That's what we want to do. What are you thinking, Ryan Day? And Heartline, do you want to change what you were thinking?
You know what I think? This is 2-down territory. If you got a problem scoring, this got to be 2 down, man. Got to try to score this ball, man. I won't settle for a field goal. I got to get a touchdown because it looked like the Ohio State defense playing good too. So they get like, hey, even if they don't get it, they be like, hey, and they'll pin Texas back for on the goal line. But I think they're gonna go 2 downs on this to get a score because scores is hard to come by. So it's a golden opportunity.
Oh, that was Arch and his dad, Cooper. That's who it was. That was Cooper.
Yeah, the commercials. Yo, did you see Tommy DeVito on the commercial? Like Tommy DeVito on the commercial?
No, what
he's on. He's on. I think it was like a insurance, like a Progressive or something like that. And this is like by 20 minutes ago on there.
I probably wasn't paying attention.
Tommy DeVito.
Let me take a little look at the stats right now, so we see how this is doing. Manning 3 of 5, 13 yards. Saying 4 of 9, 39 yards. Oops, sorry. But yeah, 3 critical drops or 4 critical drops? You have Baxter for Texas, 5 carries, 24 yards. Wisner 3 for 11. Manning 2. Donaldson 8 for 29. Peoples 5 for 11. And Baxter 2 receptions, 10 yards. Andrews 1 for 3. Smith 2 receptions, 22 yards. Claire 1 for 11, and Christian 1 for 6. But again, Smith with those 2 big drops there, that's a key factor. Leifau, good job, 7 tackles, 2 solo, but he's all over the field, so definitely making plays there. So let's take a look at the team stats overall. Ohio State now has flipped it. Earlier it was Texas had 2 first downs and Ohio State nothing. Now Ohio State has 6, and they've shut Texas down offensively. So
yeah, that's what I said. Arch got to step up. He got to do his thing, bro. This is what they want. This is the big game, bro.
Ohio State, though, for that matter, they definitely need the touchdown because you're starting to get into that trend now. So you definitely need to step it up, and you need the touchdown here. Like you said, I'm with you. No field goal. All right, so you're at the 2-yard line. Let's line it up, and let's see who wants it the most. So it's a 3rd and goal, 9:41 on the clock as we come back from Ohio State's timeout. And we're lining up, tight end to the left with a wing to the left. You have an offset fullback to the left, and you have your running back to the right. So you're really showing tight looks there, and pickup of about a yard, maybe a half a yard there. So Texas, good job there. They played that run. He's going for it.
I just don't see these guns. Their lines are just not on either side. They just not. They're just not taking advantage. Just like pushing the pile. I can't even see it.
Yeah. So they're not exploding in a situation like that. You know your play's coming. You fire out and you go for it. So All right, so it's 4th and goal. Here's the real big moment of the game right now. You're at the 1-yard line. Power I formation, old school motion across. And there is the touchdown. Ohio
Yes,
State with
sir.
the 1-yard run. C.J. Donaldson with his first Ohio State touchdown. So now what also helped that? This is 8:57. Don't forget, those 2 penalties are what really helped keep this
Yep.
drive going. And good job bouncing off of the defender, flipping and getting into the end zone. So here's the kick, and the extra point is good. So now Ohio State goes on top, 7-0 over number 1 Texas. So
I'm gonna just say this: until what's name show me nothing. Texas has a game manager right now. Archman's a game manager right now. Got to do something, bro.
yeah,
It's only his second quarter, but we'll see by the end of the game. But like I said, man, I'm just looking at the passing and the accuracy. That's what I'm looking at. I want to see how that look.
You got any score updates for us?
Yes, I do. Update scores: Mississippi State and Southern Miss all tied now at 10 apiece with 9:32 in the second. Tennessee's up 17-7 over Syracuse, 11:40 left to go in the second quarter. Also, Maryland up 10-7 over Florida Atlantic, 11:18 early second quarter. Tulane up 10-3 over Northwestern, 6:46 left to go in the second quarter. Pittsburgh up 14-6 over Duquesne with 10:16 in the second quarter. North Dakota State up 10-0 over the Citadel with 4 minutes and 8 seconds left to go in the second quarter. And 8:37 in the first quarter, Toledo and Kentucky still scoreless.
Okay. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. So, hey guys, let us know, what do you think about this game so far? So we've been giving you our analysis, our insight. I'd love to hear, what you guys think about this game. So right now, my thought is, can Ohio State now settle in and feel a lot more comfortable? You talk about Arch being a game manager, the way this offense is going on for Ohio State, saying as being a game manager, is that also because he's getting a lot of drop passes? Because his receivers, was it drop passes?
Yeah, but he's actually throwing the ball. The Arch ain't really throwing the ball, and his passes have not been on target. So it's just like, that's the only thing that's happening, just the run play. That's it. But once they shut the run play down, you got to depend on that throwing. You got to throw the ball. You got to complete those passes. Throw some good passes.
Texas, to settle him in, they haven't done screenage yet. I said it earlier about saying give him a screen. And what did they do? They got it out to Smith and got like 6 yards. And, and that's what you do when you have young quarterbacks like this. Arch Manning is starting on the road for the first time. Give him a simple screen. He just wants to see the ball go into his receiver and let them make a play. You never know. They may make a big explosive play. We're talking about deep passes, but you know what? Make one guy miss, get a couple of blocks, and you know what? A simple 6-yard play could end up being a 80-yard touchdown. So, what's up, Neymar? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not happy with the way. He has 2 drop passes. He has 2 drop passes, man. He would be playing a much better. So, but we'll see. We'll see. All right. So Ohio State will be kicking off to Texas. I think Ohio State, Texas.
Now we want to see how Texas is going to respond after that. 6-7 minute drive, 6-minute drive by Ohio State because of added penalties that extended the drive.
2 for 22, 2 drop passes. So there you have it. So Ohio State's ready to kick off over the left hash mark, and the ball's away. Texas has to do something. Ball's into the end zone, out of the back of the end zone. So it's going to come out to the 25-yard line. So Texas has to do something because don't forget, depending on how much time they get the ball, Ohio State's going to get another drive. They're going to get another series. And on top of that, they get the ball to start the third quarter. So If they end up having the ball last, even if they kick the field goal and you get the ball to start the third, that's something that coaches do plan for, hope for, during the course of the game. Bill Belichick was a master with that.
But the Texas offense got to give their defense a breather, though. They got to stay on the field.
Fair. Great point. Great point there. So they're on the left hash mark right now. Manning in the gun, unbalanced, 5 to that side. Manning's going to take off with the run, bouncing it outside, and a good pickup there, about 8 yards. So that was a good call right there. I like that call. Why? Because the defense with the motion, you see 5 on that side, unbalanced. You're thinking something is going to that side, and you relax a little bit on the weak side. And what did he do? He picked up about 8-9 yards there. So good job, good call by Sarkisian. So now does that help them settle in? 2-by-2 motion, wing into the wing to the right, pistol formation on the right hash. Here's the run, and good pickup there of about 3 yards. So first down for Texas there. So good job by the offense. You're starting to get something. So I didn't see who the running back was, so I can't tell you. Oh, that's number 5 for Texas. Who's that on? Wisner? Yeah, that's Wisner. So here we go. Right center hash. Ball is snapped. Ohio State coming with 3. And incomplete pass. That ball was very low.
What is this, a sidearm motion? I don't know. What is the motion he throws with?
Well, sometimes you change the angles with quarterbacks. So
I could see if you're being pressured, but it's like he looked like he had a good clear path. It's like just throw the ball to the guy.
Let's see. Do they give us a? All right. So right center hash, 1-by-3, running back to the left, motion across. Here's a pass to the flat, and on second down, and a pickup of about 7 yards. So just like, what did I say? Give them a simple screen. Got the ball out there to Wingo, pickup of about 6-7 yards. Now you're working with a more manageable 3rd and 3. So that's exactly what you need right now. That's what will help him. So now offensively, what do you want to do? Do you want to run? Do you want to take a big explosive play? Right hash mark. They're 2-by-2 with a wing to the right, running back offset to the right. He's dropping back. Rolling to his left. Here comes pressure from Ohio State. And he's knocked out of bounds. They're giving him the first down.
Did he get it? Let me see what he got knocked out. I didn't think he got it.
Let's see if they review it. So, but they're starting to move the ball. They're starting to get comfortable.
I guess with his foot motion at the end and kicked out his foot for the first down, I guess.
No, he did get it. He did. Ball was inside on the right. So, it's first down. Good run. That was smart. Risky. Didn't step out of bounds. So, first down. Good job by Manning. And we'll move on to the next play. So, they're at the 47-yard line of Texas. There's the snap play action. Manning with a deep pass. There's your first deep pass.
Mm-hmm.
And good double coverage on Wingo. Good bracket and incomplete pass. So, but there's your first deep pass. What does that also do? That tells the defense, you know what? They're not afraid to go deep. So, they've been playing a lot of single high, and they've been hand fighting by both. So
I don't like the way these guys are playing in today's game, man. I don't like. I was like,
what do you mean, the defense or the offenses?
The defenses. I mean, on that play, you guys double team. Like I said, that dude was even like coming down on him before the ball even right there when the ball got there. It's just like, I mean, even though the pass was like he wasn't going to get the pass, but
there's a run to the inside, and the defense stout pickup of about 1 yard there. So good job to the defense. So on that other one, that deep pass that you're talking about, the reason why I wouldn't call interference, because the receiver also was pushing. So they're both hand fighting. That's why, we always look at the defense. We say the defense, but you got to look at, are they both fighting each other? So now if it's not, and then you have the other defensive back who undercut. So 3rd and 10, middle of the field. Looks like they're 1-by-3. Yeah, 1-by-3. Tight end was in. And there goes Manning, and he's sacked. There is a big sack by Ohio State. So that was your man. Is that Styles? Oh no, that was number 8. So
Is that
that was
Reese?
Reese on the sack there. So he gave him the hezzy like he was going into the flat. So good job there. So that's a big turnover, right? Oh, yeah, they're going to punt 4th and 11. So ball snap, punts away, and the ball hits down at around the 1 and down at around the 2. So good job by the punt coverage team for Texas. So you flipped the field and you made it a situation where, guess what, Ohio State, you pretty much has to go 98 yards for another scoring opportunity. So, but you have 5:05. So Texas, if you can stop them, you should be able to get one more opportunity at the.
But here we go again. We say 5 minutes left to go. If Ohio State if they keep moving that ball, that's going to be the last possession of that first. And they go by another score, 2 scores. It's going to seem monumental to Texas, man. This is. Hey, but like I said, it's a short. I mean, it's a long field. So,
How does Ohio State call it though? Because you're at the 2. They've been doing a lot of runs. So,
but they've been passing the ball too, so they've been but they've been balanced. So that's the difference. They've been balanced, and they've been getting people catching passes. Texas ain't getting people to catch passes too much, so they're really a one-dimensional offense right now. They just really running the ball. But when you balance,
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. When you balance.
Yeah, that's what I said. They not. I mean, you see on it like who's making the plays. I mean, the receivers on Ohio State. They're starting to catch passes now and stuff like that. So it's balance, and it's a long field. But if they keep moving the ball and all that type of stuff is like, and they're wearing the Texas defense down. That's the thing because the Texas offense is not staying on the field, so their defense is playing a lot of snaps, and that's starting to wear those guys down. Just like you said, Ohio State running, they was getting 2-3 yards, now they're getting 5 and 6 yards, and Texas defense is right back on the field again.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But they're in a good situation. It's a long field, so let's see if the defense could come to life and make a play. Or, hey, a turnover might happen. That's what you want. A turnover might happen.
Yeah. Both teams are 4-8 on the passing. Ohio State 39 yards, Texas 20 yards. So Ohio State's almost double them in passing yards. Texas is 51 yards rushing. Ohio State 42. So really, both teams are not, other than Ohio State's last drive, both teams offensively are not really doing much, to be brutally honest with you.
I mean, but
it's
like I said,
defense.
Yeah, and like I said, basically in that first quarter when both teams was at the 50, that's where they should have scored points. They should have scored, and that's what I keep telling you. When you have a short field, you got to take advantage of it. If you can't take advantage of it, then it makes it harder.
Exactly. No, you're right about that. So what's up, Ghost Dog? Thanks for tapping in, man. Thanks for tapping in while you're at work, man. We're trying to keep you guys informed of what's going on here. So, offensively, you got to admit 81 yards for Ohio State, 71 for Texas. If it wasn't for Ohio State's touchdown drive last series, it's really a nothing game, and this is all defense. Now, Ohio State, you've had several drop passes. You've had about 3, but to Kay's point, yeah, one deep pass by Manning. Other than that, most of his passes are probably around 15 yards tops, if that. So definitely need to see this offense. Yeah, the Jack Sawyer scoop and score from last year. That was the big play right there. So Texas wants that redemption. So
but even in that game, they only scored 14 points in that game. Now this game, they got 0 points. So it's like offense is hard to come by.
Yeah, it is. It is. But remember, we also have the number 1 and number 2 defenses from last year too. So, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to call the run. There it goes. They picked up about 3 yards on the play, and moved it out to the 5-yard line. That was Peoples on the carry. Now, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
No, what I was saying is the defense is the defense going to do their jobs, but like I said, they got 5-star players on the offense too. These guys got to play up to their potential. That's the problem. You got to play to your potential. You know what I'm saying? These are not 1-star recruits on offense.
Here goes JT talking to the defensive line, coaching them up. All right, so we're at 2nd and 7 at the 5, right hash. Double tights, Smith in motion. There's another run by Peoples, and looks like he picked up another 3-4 yards. So it's going to be a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3. So Ohio State is just basically being cautious, just running the football. So yeah, RC, it's been tough if you're offensively wanting the explosive plays. Like I hear it in K's voice, man. He wants those big explosive plays.
And the reason I'm saying that is because Arch, like I said, and the offensive player, nil deals, they're getting paid a lot of money to be on. You know what I'm saying? They're getting paid a lot of money. They're getting paid more money than defensive players.
Here's the thing, though. I don't blame just Arch. I also
Right.
Smith 2 drop passes. So
no, I'm talking about on this side, like the receivers and you know what I'm saying, the offensive schemes, and also it's like, bro, these are the offensive coordinators. Hey, call some plays, man.
A great catch right there by Tate. Very good catch. On that play, though, Ohio State had 2 flat players who collided with each other. You're going to see it right here. And they collided with each other, and that took an extra player out. But Tate was right there to make a great catch there.
Big look catch. At Saying, still making plays, getting hit.
No, I'm with you there. I'm with you there. So that was for Ohio State, that's something that they needed. So Ryan Day all focused in. So here we go. 1st and 10 at about the 18-yard line, right hash mark. There's the handoff to Peoples and no gain. See, and that's the thing, for Texas, the same thing can be said for Ohio State, man. They're doing a lot of running. Saying coming in. Remember, he was a number 1 recruit for Ohio State. So, and he hasn't gone deep at all. So, we still got to give both programs credit for playing.
What is saying, a freshman or a junior, a sophomore?
Saying is this is his 2nd year. I don't think he I'll tell you right now. Saying he has 4 years of eligibility, so he was a redshirt freshman. Saying with the pass, there it is to the tight. He wasn't even looking.
I know, and the receiver never even looked at the ball.
Wow, man, you were out there by yourself. That one, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, man. So that was the incomplete pass, 2nd and 10. So we're going into a 3rd and 10 situation now. So Ohio State, both defenses again. Let's remember, Ohio State was number 1 last year. Texas was number 2. So you want to give them some credit, but you're in the 2nd quarter, 2 minutes left, close to 2 minutes left. So you are expecting a little bit more offensively. So ball is snapped. There's the pass. Those are short patterns. You ran a 5-yard pattern. Why would you call a 5-yard pattern on 3rd and 10, coach? That's like the old Giants thing where everybody ran 5 yards and stopped and turned around. That one. So you're not taking deep shots. Let me rewind that. Let me make sure I'm looking at that right.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
So just rewinding just to double check to make sure I saw what I saw. All right, so ball is lined up in the middle of the field, 1 by 3. Yeah, everything was. You had 2 guys ran about a 5-yard hitch. The tight end ran about a 9-yard sit in the middle, running back to the flat. Everything was short. They didn't call anything deep on that. So questionable play calling on 3rd and 10. That is questionable play calling right there with Coach Ed. There's something wrong with Prime during late game situations. 2 timeouts, and you act like they're invisible during the final drive of the game. Colorado needed. Look, we said that yesterday. I have to admit that. You have 2 timeouts. Why didn't you use your timeouts? You wasted one situation where you let almost 20 seconds go off, and then you're throwing 2 Hail Mary passes. So, yes, timeout should have been called there to get better play calls, because now you're just trying to hope for the best in terms of that. So I'm with you there. So Coach Prime needed to do a much better job yesterday. I give Georgia Tech credit for yesterday for the way they fought after the 3 turnovers to start the game.
Mhm.
They used their rushing attack. They used their run game to really control the clock. Um, Cave was saying it yesterday. Colorado needed to capitalize on those situations, man. They needed the opportunity. They should have at least been up. I said at one point 10-0. I think you said 14 at one time. So
Mhm.
that changes the whole tenor there. So what was happening? What was going on? Why weren't you trusting the players to the full extent? Their quarterback, little questionable with some of his decision making and some of his passes. Some of his passes were sailing when you had guys wide open. So it reminded me of the Matt Eberflus fiasco. That's fair. That's fair. So hopefully Coach Sanders will settle in for the next game. So we'll see. So going to be coming back to action soon. And Ohio State has the ball 2 minutes. And it should be a 4th down situation. Yes, frustrating day. Tennessee is really jumping on Syracuse. Maryland with a freshman quarterback. So we'll see. Is Maryland still Maryland, or is Maryland over the hump from last year? So we'll see what happens. So,
Mhm.
all right. So Texas has another opportunity to come back and get the ball. That's what you need.
They're gonna give
And
you
it's,
field position.
there's the punt. The ball's away, and it went out of bounds around midfield, maybe the 45-yard line of Texas, which will be good field position for them.
Mhm.
Who's the last preseason Heisman favorite to win the award? Don't know. I will say this though. Matt Weiner? Okay. Okay.
Wow, he's about 21 years ago.
Yeah. Um, yeah, college football fans were expecting more out of this game. The way this game was hyped up, you know, I am looking at it more for the defense, but all right, 2-by-2 flipped over with the wing to the right, running back to the right. There's the snap. Manning with the underneath cut, and he overthrew the man. I see what you mean about the angle too. It's like it was signed arm.
That's all he's throwing the sidearm passes.
All right, 2nd and 10, 150 left in the second quarter, and Texas is coming back, lining up right hash mark, and you have a tight end with a wing to the right under the gun, handoff to the running back right up the middle, and a pickup of 2 yards. So they're basically saying that they don't think they can get anything deep. That's what that tells me.
Shit, if I'm Texas, I'm gonna call a timeout. Stop stopping this clock, man. I mean, Ohio State. Ohio State got 2 timeouts.
Yeah. So, all right, 3rd and 8. Still have plenty of time depending, as long as it doesn't. So they're at the 49-yard line. 3-by-1, middle of the field. Ball is snapped. Here's the crosser to the running back, flipped, and it's going to be a 4th down. So do you go for it now? Yes, you go for it. Okay, you want to make a play. 4th and 3. All right, 50 seconds
I
left.
mean, Ohio State, you finally call a timeout now? Could have called it like about 20 seconds ago. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
what is Ryan Day doing there? That
These
one I have to
guys,
agree with.
man.
That's questionable there. So
Even in the NFL, these coaches, sometimes I just think it's just like, bro, I don't know, man. It's like somebody got scared. This is just, I don't know, man.
some
Had no
I
confidence.
can't answer that. I can't because
I know. I just look at it just like bad
I'm
decision
like
making. It's just like,
I'm like, RC was just talking about Prime with the timeout. Same thing here. You're not young quarterback. I mean, coaches. That's the thing.
Right.
If you were a young coach, I kind of understand that, a lot going on. But Ryan Day, this is year 8 for you to kick off the season. You know, call that timeout early, because you know what? You want the opportunity. Look, you see the offense staying. All right, timeout, timeout, timeout. So. I'm with you there. So it's 4th and 3. So here
I
we
think
go.
Texas, I think Texas trying to bluff, and now Texas. See, they just trying to. That's what I'm saying, man. Now Texas call a timeout. They just trying to bluff and try to draw them off sides or something like that.
Well, then if that's the case, maybe Ryan Day was worried about his guys jumping off sides and then
Yeah,
giving them first
no,
down.
I know, but what I'm saying, you should have called it a lot earlier.
No, 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 no. What I'm saying is maybe he was starting to feel he was going to let it go, but then he was worried
Mhm.
about his guys would jump. So now you call the timeout. Settle down. They might be bluffing. So instead of jumping off sides and giving them the first down, you call the timeout. Yeah, we're critical of it, but in this situation, now I'm thinking as a coach, I'm like, maybe he saw that the guys were going to probably jump off sides, so you call the timeout.
Yeah, but my whole thing is I'm looking at thing. I'm not even scared of Texas offense. I mean, Ohio State got the edge right now because Texas offense ain't really doing anything. You should just call time out, save yourself the time, and put your guys back on the field. That's what you should have did because, like I said, Texas offense is not blowing you away doing anything.
Mm, yeah, but it was 4th and 3.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
And
4th and 3, they ain't going for it because look where
it
they
was,
at. They at the 50. They at the 50-some yard line.
all right, ball was punted, and this is a Budweiser. Oh,
Boo Weiss.
Boomeister. Okay. Okay. Because I thought it said
I know, man. I
Budweiser
thought it
for a
was like,
second.
was this a typo? This is a joke. Booeister.
Boomeister. That's Deutschland. That's Deutschland for you. So all right. So the ball, where did they spot the ball? At about the 3-yard line. All right. Real simple. Run the ball up into the middle of the field
And going
and
to halftime with a
go into
7-0 lead.
halftime. You get the ball to come out the second half. Don't do anything stupid. Even if you put the quarterback under the center, just snap it and take a knee. Something to that effect.
Like I
Just
said,
Mhm.
I'm going to it. I better not see nobody talk about some franchise quarterback. I'm gonna watch all these quarterbacks today. Al or all these guys. I mean, they'll probably do good and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
there
you
you
know how the
go.
Twitter is. You know how the Twitter
Hmm.
is.
Oh yeah, I know. That's why I don't pay that. But yeah, there you go. Just run it right up in there. Take it. Nothing real smart. Damn, I've never been on Ryan Day's coaching staff, but it seems like he knows like we know
Mm-hmm.
exactly what we're doing. So there you go. 7-0 at the half in a defensive tussle as both defenses are dominating. No, let me stop. Let's take a look here at the team stats overall. So first downs, 11 total in the game. In terms of third downs between the two, they're 3 of 13. Fourth downs, they're 2 of 4. Total yards, Ohio State 103, Texas 79. Passing, Ohio State 53, Texas 26. And rushing, Texas is 53, Ohio State is 50. Penalties, Texas 435, Ohio State no penalties. So it's a very putrid game offensively. 3.3 rushing yards for Texas, 2.6 for Ohio State. So even the passing, 2.6 average per pass and 4.8. So it's very putrid.
Mm-hmm.
Art Manning's 5 of 10, 26 yards. Sands 6 of 11, 53 yards. Baxter has 7 rushes, 26 yards. Wisner 4 for 14. Donaldson 10 for 31. Peoples 8 of 18. CJ Baxter 3 receptions, 16 yards. Smith 3 for 27. So it's defensively, Leif Fowl, he's having a good game. 8 tackle total, 2 solo, 1 tackle for loss. Reese 5 total, 3 solo, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss. So these guys there defensively are doing a good job. So I'm not going to go down the whole list of
Mm-hmm.
veteran players. So there you have it. You know, it's you know, Kate, I understand your frustration, bro. I really do. You know, so you know, we get the big hype up. Everyone, even I, it was like number 1 versus 2, getting all this stuff,
Right.
and you're expecting a whole lot more. And you know, but you know, I also look at, you know, look, you had the number 1 and number 2 defenses for a reason. So you know, I do give it, you know, but Ohio State, you do have a new coordinator and Matt Patricia on the defensive side. So, and it's his first time in college coaching in many years. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
I'm gonna give you.
Texas
I'm gonna give
does.
you updates on the other scores.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, update out of town scores. Mississippi State with a 13-10 halftime lead over Southern Miss. Also, 4:36 left to go in the second quarter. Tennessee up 24-7 over Syracuse.
Mm.
Also, Maryland 26, Florida Atlantic 7 with 138 left to go in the second quarter. Halftime, Tulane up 20-3 over Northwestern. Also,
Mm.
48 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Pittsburgh all over Duquesne, 34-6.
Mm.
Halftime, North Dakota State 17-0 over the Citadel. And 13-13 left to go. Early second quarter, Kentucky up 7-0 over Toledo. And that is your out of town scores.
That's not a good look for Yeah, R2. It's a defensive game.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. As far as Kentucky, that's not a good look. You know, to go up against a MAC team and be
Toledo.
struggling like that. Yeah. Now Toledo, in many projections, even my projection, you know, they're the favorite to win the MAC this year. So you
Mm-hmm.
know, it's not like they're a bad team, but you know, you're hosting them, and they're
Mm-hmm.
coming from Ohio down to Kentucky. So I mean, it's not
I
a
mean, I
good.
mean, but that's like same thing with like Michigan State beating what's saying 23-0
Mm-hmm,
Western Michigan 23 to
mm-hmm,
6. But Michigan State, Kentucky, they always have problems scoring anyway. They've never really been an
mm-hmm.
offensive team, so they've always been a low scoring team. It don't matter who they play. But I know when you're playing a team out of the conference, you're supposed to smash those guys, but they just have trouble. They just struggle scoring the ball.
Yeah, I'm with you there. So.
Even Wake. I mean, Wake used to have some offense, but what they won last night, 10-9, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So yeah.
So in the second
Georgetown's.
half, man, second half, I need to see is like, but like I said, it's still only a 1-score game. But if Ohio State jumps out to a 10-0 or 14-0, I think it'd be curtains for Texas because they're just gonna pin their ears back on Texas because Texas really ain't throwing the ball too much, or if they are, it's not really deep passes. They short passes, so it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna feel even though it's 10 or 14, I think it feel like it's like 28 or 35-0 because their offense for some reason can't move the ball.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's you know what is the frustrating part for us fans. You know, you're expecting more in the big hype up. You know, many fans don't want to see a defensive game, and I get it. I get it. You know, so it is frustrating when you see a game like that. So, and your expectation is a whole lot more. So,
Yeah,
but
but I think the thing about it is number one, number two, they supposed to be balanced on both sides of the ball. It's not like just the defense is
mm-hmm,
the best part of their team and they have no offense at all. They have offense. That's why they're a number one team or number two teams. They're balanced. Now
mm-hmm,
if it's number two against number 25, you can understand that. But it's number one and number two is like, hey, we could play on both sides of the ball. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
mm-hmm,
we got
mm-hmm,
our offense
mm-hmm.
ready too, for your defense, But hey, who knows? Maybe the second half might be a different story. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be a tale of two halves.
You're right, Arco. Adversity comes in many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, comes in the way. So yeah. So it is a verse. I mean, Manny, you know, the expectation, like Kate is saying, um, you're expecting a bigger game from him. You know, he's projected to be, you know, a Heisman Trophy candidate. You know, if he does come out, the number one overall um, pick. So you look at it, and you have a first time quarterback who's basically playing a decent game. I mean, this is his first start. Yes, Manning is starting for the first time on the road. I understand that, but you're used to playing in front of big crowds. You're used to that. Even in high school, you were used to
Mhm.
it. So I like I said, I know where you're coming from. So you're looking for a whole lot more. So thank God he's not coming to the Giants now. So
He's got the giant hives is out in the full Joes. But like I said, it's almost like they talk about these quarterback, and then when the quarterbacks are playing, they disappear. Like they're not watching the game. You know what I'm saying? It's like, where's these
mhm.
games at? That's what I said. Then talk about this game. I'm gonna blow up Twitter, man. Blow up Twitter. Let me see. Blow it up, man.
I am going to be watching it. I am going to tune in for that Utah game a little bit tonight, as long as
Against
I
UC,
don't get too tired.
you said
Because
UCLA.
yeah, because I want to
Nico.
watch. I want to watch the two tackles for Utah.
Yeah, the
And-
Spencer Duda. He's a top 10 pick too.
Yeah,
Spencer.
and the other one, the left tackle, is projected to go anywhere probably in the third roundish. Um, it's-
Yeah, and the mock they had him going to us. That tackle from Utah. Some mocks early on.
yeah, no, some the right tackle. Yeah, some have him there. So
Yeah. So who you said who has it? You said the tackles on the same team on Utah,
yeah, the
the
left
left and
tackle
the
and the
right.
right tackle.
Yeah,
hmm
right. Okay.
So the left tackle, he's lighter though. So he's like 295 ish. So he has to put
Yeah.
some more weight on. The other one is like around 305, the left tackle, but he's a mauler. Like if you watch him, he has a nasty disposition. So I want to see and I want to watch them live play in the game. So and I don't maybe Utah UCLA will have a decent offense. I mean defense, which will give them a
I
test.
think
So
his name is Caleb Lomi.
yeah,
Lomu or
yeah, that's
and then
that's.
the right tackle is the one they had us drafting, dude Spencer something. That's the one that they had us.
hmm hmm
He told me he was gonna be
He's
Spencer
projected.
Final. Spencer
He's
Final.
a top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Projected to be in the top 10. So
Mm-hmm.
um, hopefully, like I said, I can look at them and I can see how they play, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe we can, you know, get someone and continue to add on to some of the talent we have. But again, that's another reason why I like watching college games, because I can see stuff like this. So and yeah, they're going over what's we call this tough game, drop passes. So
Smith.
yeah, 6 targets, 3 receptions. 2 of those targets are a drop. So he needs to step up too. He really
Mm-hmm.
needs to step up. If you want to be considered, this is the opportune time. Games like this where you step up to shine. So yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no, we know that Arco. No team is perfect. So um, I
I
know
mean, he
that.
lost
So
what's he lost. He lost what's his name last year. Abika, whatever the number two or
yes.
number one, Abuka. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
So they need somebody else to step up on the other side. To take the pressure off of him too. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be double teamed, but so that happens.
Yeah, and that's the thing with this Ohio State offense. I mean, if these are the top 2 teams in the country, it's like, okay, wait a minute. Now I will say this: if Ohio State wins this, and Penn State comes out and wins in a blowout,
Hmm.
Penn State is going to number 1
They're number two right now, right?
in the AP. In the coaches, I think they're number 3.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, because Penn State's playing Nevada. They play Nevada. They should win that game at home. They at
hmm
home. But like I said, this game right here, I think if Ohio State win, they should jump to number one because they playing the number one team.
ideally, you would say so, but
I
I'm
mean,
saying the
because they
way,
go by the strength of schedule too, like that.
but they also will do the eye test.
You talking about the blowout, the which go? Yeah, I know
Yeah,
the style points and all that stuff,
yeah.
but
Here it's a tough fight, and neither offense is really doing anything. So you're going to start to question. And if Penn State wins by like 50 points, 60 points, it's
mm,
going to be hard to That's how they do it in a lot of times in college football too.
Yeah, I know they do it by the style points. But I mean, it's like Penn State at number 3. Nevada's not even ranked. I don't even believe they ranked.
No,
So I mean,
Nevada's not
they
ranked.
supposed
I
to
think
smash them.
they're
They supposed to smash them guys.
Nevada, if I'm not mistaken, I have them at number. Wait a minute. Let me double check. Let me double check where I had them in the Mountain West. I had Nevada. Are they in the Mountain West? Wait a minute. Are they in the? Yeah, I think they're in the Mountain West. So Mountain West, and presentations. I had Nevada. Yeah, I had them at 12 in the Mountain West. No, 11. I had them at 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 11. So it's 12 teams in the Mountain West. Only New Mexico I had worse than them. So that's what I thought I did. So yeah, they're not going to be a good team. So Penn State I'm expecting Penn State to, as they say, mollywop them. So so but the point here is, ooh, that was a great catch. Oh yeah, that's Schwartzman who came over from Marshall. Marshall won the conference last year, and now they're at Mississippi State. So, but here we go. Ooh, what a pick six! Oh, that was the easiest pick six ever. What's up, Zion? How you doing, brother? So,
Zion,
don't you guys feel that the winner of this game should be number one? Because
that's what I say. Right, that's what I say.
Zion, I understand that, but what I'm saying is the style points. If this game continues a defensive slug out, if you want to say that, and the offenses are looking bad, and Penn State goes out there and wins by 50, and they look truly dominant, it wouldn't surprise me. Would I say Ohio State, if they won, they should be number one? Yes. Or Penn State, if Texas comes back to win this, should they stay at number one? Yes. But you know how it goes sometimes in these rankings, man. You go out there and you win by 50, 60, 70 points. They're going to be like, oh, no, you just that good, especially against a team that is trash. So, nice catch there by Pittsburgh.
No, don't worry. They still Ohio State gonna meet up with Penn State anyway this year. So
yeah,
later season with
So we got to talk Zion too. So we definitely got to cover some games too. So I think Hawaii's 1-0, and they got a big game. The Navy is beating up on the VMI. Kentucky, man, come on now.
Kentucky up 7-2. They got Toledo got a safety on Kentucky.
Yeah. Okay, I see. If Penn dominates, I feel you. Exactly. So, but again, we've seen it year after year in terms of how these rankings go. That's what I'm going on. Ideally, to me, whoever wins this game should be number one. I'm going to be honest. That's how I look at it. How was Iowa State still at 22 when last week they were 22 and they beat number 17?
Yeah, that's that military school, VMI.
Yeah, Virginia Military Academy Institute. Sorry. So that's what they are. I think they're also FCS. They're not a FBS program. So
yeah, they're over there with the Citadel, another military school, the Citadel.
I got my USC warm-up games. Yeah, it's going to be tough in the Big Ten. We know how it is. So that's why you got to see. And then, of course, this is the SEC. So everybody talks high and mighty. So we'll see what happens. And actually, little tidbit, if you didn't go watch my SEC breakdown, I don't even have Texas as number one in the SEC. So there you go. So
you got the Georgia Bulldogs.
I got Georgia number one. I got Texas number two, Alabama number three. And depending on what Alabama does today against Florida State.
Florida State is another team that got to get their act together.
Yeah, I know. 2-10 last year, and now this year, you're starting out. They say they may be better. I think I have them picked
Well,
for fourth or fifth in the ACC.
they don't have DJ Ugalele no more. DJ Ugalele.
Ugalele game passer. So
Trust me, if he had
yeah,
another year of eligibility, he was back in school because he's like, yo, you gotta get that money. I gotta get that bread.
yeah, yeah. He's right now he's probably, I don't even know where he is. Is he? Is
Yeah, no, he was on. He went to the Chargers. He was on
he
the
went to the
Chargers
Chargers, but did he get cut?
preseason team. I'm pretty sure.
Let
I'll
me
see.
see.
I'll see. I'm
Okay,
if he's
let
not,
me
he'll be on that practice squad.
Yeah, let me see. I think that's how you spell his name. I can't spell that
You just
boy's
put
name.
DJ Uga and it'll probably pop up. He's a
Yeah, I know. I got it.
UGA
I got it. I got it.
Uga Layla or whatever. Ugalele. He's on the
Um,
Chargers. He was on the Chargers.
yeah, it says he's on the Chargers.
The practice squad.
He was waived on the 26th and re-signed to the practice squad. Okay, so he's
Yeah,
on their practice squad.
he on the practice
So,
squad.
yeah, so there you have it. So all right, so
Mm-hmm.
I check it out for sure. I got Clemson winning the ACC too. So so yeah, I broke down every conference, every last one of them, from the Sun Belt all the way up to the Big Ten. So I know I got some, I got a few people who say, Coach, how you gonna make that call? And I'm like, yeah, well, that's how I see it, man. So
He's
and
the eye test, right?
well, it's also a lot of research,
Yeah.
going through, looking at all the publications, going into last
Mhm.
year's numbers, taking a look at things. There are some things that I looked at film. Yeah, I did. I looked at some film on a lot of schools, especially a lot of smaller schools that I didn't know anything about. So, that's why, yesterday with Wake Forest and Kennesaw, I was like, Kennesaw I knew was going to be bad, but and I knew
Wait,
Wake Forest is
what?
going to be bad, but not that bad. Like Kennesaw was
And they almost
1-11
lost.
ish. Yeah, they won by 1 point. Wake
That's what I'm
Forest,
saying. They
so,
almost lost. They could have field goal
yeah,
could have beat them.
and that's why I'm like, Kennesaw is in the Sun Belt, so it's like, basically the last FBS conference. So it's
Wait,
like,
we're gonna get a lot of Belta. You know what? This year,
mm-hmm,
he said,
mm-hmm.
no more
And
Sam Hartman gone. Them guys are gone.
Syracuse losing the way they are to Tennessee, then that means it's going to be a long season.
They missing Kyle McCord, huh?
It's not just Kyle
I
McCord.
know.
It's they're closing it. They're 24-14 now.
Because they
So,
lost Aronde Gatson.
mm-hmm. Oh, they
Third,
lost a lot of
second.
talent there. So,
Yeah.
Maryland's up.
But you know what though
31-7.
but you know what, the way I look at things now in college with Neil deals is different because you could just pick guys up like from other schools
Mm-hmm.
and stuff compared to back in the day when you lost guys in transfer portal, had to wait a year to sit out and all that stuff. So it's different now. Everybody you lose 10 players and get another 10 players, you buy them. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? So who are you buying?
yeah, I mean that's business. College football is a business.
Yeah, and these guys are
Yeah.
making money. That's what I'm saying. These athletes are making money. They just need to perform.
Why you do
Making
it
the money.
now? Why you
Right.
do it now? Why couldn't you do it back in the 80s? Please, you could
I
have done it
know,
in the 80s for
bro.
me.
That's all them old players are saying. Like, oh my God, it's like, bro, I could have been
Mhm.
getting paid so much money, man. And them guys was performing.
Key to this the Ohio State scoring were those two penalties, the face
Mm-hmm.
mask and the
Mm-hmm.
defensive holding. So Hawaii-born true freshman Javon Jaron Kiwa
Oh wow.
Saga Polo Tete starts for Cal today. USC quarterback Hawaii I say as
Okay.
well. Hawaii will be quarterback factory lady is biased towards. Yeah, I know that's biased, but
They be on that West Coast though from Hawaii. They be on that West Coast teams right there.
yeah. Plus, you got
Cali.
literally an extra 6 hours just from Hawaii to the coast.
That's the closest one to them on that side on that side of the country. Hawaii, California, Oregon, all them side. For them to come on the East Coast is like, that's way far. That's what
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Look at that. 79 total for Texas, 103 for Ohio State. This
We'll see
offensive.
Yeah, we'll see what Steve Sarkisian talked to them in a halftime, man. What adjustments they're going to come out and make.
Coach Flood, former Rutgers head coach, the offensive coordinator, offensive line coach for Texas.
Mm-hmm.
What type of adjustments are you doing for them to help them? So I'm just saying.
So
That's
big,
about
big,
it.
big possession for Ohio State on this one, and also big for Texas defense. Can they stop Ohio State? But if Ohio State scores on this first possession, it's gonna be a daunting task to come back.
Mm-hmm. So they're getting lined up for the kickoff. Stone will be kicking off. Who's that for Ohio State? Is that Springs? Or Ennis? And kickoff from the right hash down to about the 8-9 yard line, fair caught. That's going to bring the ball out to the 25-yard line for Ohio State. So there you have it. So, Jenny Tabb. Haven't seen her in a while. So,
Sideline reporter for Fox. Huh?
mm-hmm. All right. So Ohio State's out, and where do they have the ball spotted? They have it at the right center hash on the 25-yard line. So let's see what happens as they come on out. Right center hash. They're lined up in a 3-by-1, wing to the left. Running back is offset to the right. And motion across 2-by-2. They identify who the mic is. There's the snap, play action to Smith, and looks like a pickup of about 6 yards. Very simple, short pass. So there you have it. It's going to be a 2nd and 4 when we come back to the next snap. Should be on the right hash. And let's see. Now I probably would try. They're probably going to try and run it. So, one catch for 3 yards in the semifinal. So, all right. So motion across. Here's the inside run and pickup of no yards on the play. So, tried to set up his blocking, but got tackled from behind. So it's going to be 3rd and 4. Texas is doing a fairly decent job in controlling the run game of Ohio State. You're always used to seeing Ohio State, basically bully everyone up front. But, this is a tough first game. So you have a 3rd and 4. And Ohio State is out of the huddle. They're in the center of the field, 2-by-2. Here's the pass. And good deflection by Texas. Very good defense right there. They were on Smith on there one-on-one, and they deflected that pass there.
Oh, my God.
Muhammad.
Another poor defense.
Oh, wow. That should have been a holding.
That's what I'm saying, man. They coddle these players too much, bro.
Yeah, that was a holding call right there. He grabbed the shoulder pads and held him. So, I don't know what these officials are seeing. So,
well, hey, Texas get off the field, so they get the ball.
So 3 and out. Yes, good job by Texas. 4th and 4. I mean, Texas. So they're playing it safe. Rugby kick, balls away, and that was dangerous there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got what you're doing. So, yeah, they usually do have some good running backs. Actually, they lost 2 starters, and the ones who were coming back basically had very minimal, and they got a transfer from West Virginia who had over 1,600 yards in 2 years at West Virginia. Yeah, so, right now this is also about their offensive line not getting a good push up front. So Texas conversely is doing a good job. So, but you can say it both ways. They're on the right hash, 3-by-1, running back to the left hash. I'm sorry, and it's going off tackle and good run right there. Good run, pickup of about 6 yards. Was very patient in his run. Bounced it to the outside. kept on his running back, his blockers to set up, and Wisner did a good job there. So right hash mark 2x2, wing right, inside run again to Wisner, going off tackle, and a pickup of another 6 yards, and that's a Texas first down. So Texas is starting to use a little bit of tempo. Sark has always been known for that. You know, one play, one word, and you call it and you go. So they're right hash 1x3. They're running a screen, and that was a bad pass. That
Oh
looks
my
like a
God.
loss of 4 yards on that pass there for Manning. So yeah, that is terrible. Arch needs to get it going. He's the next quarterback, great quarterback. Bro, not the way he's performing right now. That's all I
No,
can
he
say.
being funny. He
Yes.
being funny on that. Like, yeah, he's like,
No,
yeah,
man, I'm saying anybody who's
yeah, I know. It's
listening,
like,
yeah.
I mean,
So
everybody watch. That's why you got to watch these games to see, man, when they play these
3 by
top
1,
teams.
3
I
by
mean, he
1,
got the
right
wheels.
hash,
He got the
running back
wheels.
in the flat. Manning is on the run, feeling the pressure, and avoids the tackle. And there he goes. And ooh, good pickup of the first down. Good job of avoiding. Now that is not a Manning that we're used to, because if you
You're
got
right.
Eli or Peyton, they're not moving like that. So, but good job by Arch Manning avoiding the rush, out leveraging the defender, getting outside, making a couple of moves to pick up the first down. So Texas still moves on, and it's another first down, and they're in Ohio State territory at about the 47-yard line. Left hash mark. Motion in with a wing. There's a run right up inside. That should have been a holding call right there. Wisner picks up about 9 yards on the play. So that left tackle got a hold, got away with
Mhm.
the hold there. So I mean, literally on the shoulder, grabbing the shoulders. All right. So 2nd and 1, and they're on the Ohio State 38-yard line. There's a handoff to Wisner again, and this time he picks up of about 2 yards. So that will be a first down, another first down. He's still kind of look like
Mm.
there you go, Coach Hauser. Not good, Dave. I mean, passing wise, he just picked up a first down with his legs, but overall today, his game is not doing well. Passes in the ground to open receivers, so um,
More in the
like
run.
that.
Look better as a runner.
All
Yeah.
right, so here we go. Inside run again off tackle. And that was another pickup of about, what is that, 4 yards? Who was that on the run? And that was number 4 for Texas. So that is Baxter Jr. So ball is snapped. Here's the pass right to Baxter, and he's level, but he picked up about 3 yards. So it should be about a 3rd and 2. But that was a good
Mhm.
tackle by Styles right there. So 3rd and 2. Texas has been moving the ball. They're starting to get into a rhythm. They're going quick tempo. So right now it's 2x2 compressed double wings on the right center hash, off tackle, and avoid the rush and the
Nice.
defensive penetration, and a good pickup there of about 8 yards, and that's first down, because that was going to be a tackle for a loss in the
Right.
backfield.
Baxter
So
Jr.
good job by, yes, exactly. Good job by Baxter Jr. And again, this tempo seems to have caught Ohio State. They're just a little. It seems like they're a little bit rattled, and you have guys in play and in position to make a play, and you're losing it. So there it is, right hash, 2x2. Arch Manning with the pass out into the flat on an RPO look, and out to DeAndre Moore Jr. So that was a good pickup there, good play. And that was a pickup of about 9 yards. So again, like I said, this tempo is caught Ohio State. So they need to let it throw it deep. Yeah,
I
he's
think it
thrown
was
it
like
deep
one.
once. Once.
Once.
Here's the pass. They're at the 11-yard line. That's a pickup of another pickup of about 2 yards and a first down. That was tackled by Ignosin, and that pass was to Dalen McCutcheon. So, what's up, Scoob? How you doing? Hope everything is well. Hit me later on school after the game. I got to talk to you. So, all right. So we have a first and goal for
School.
Texas. They're on the left hash. First and goal at the 9-yard line. 1-by-3 set. Running back is to the left of Manning. And here's the snap. And it's going to be a quarterback lead. Manning on the run, tackled by Igbinosun at about the 5-yard line. So Igbinosun and assist by Reeves on that tackle there. So yeah, he's starting to get into a little momentum, a little rhythm, especially with the run. Part of that, I think, is because they're going quick tempo. They're getting the plays in pretty quickly. Ohio State is getting a little bit tired. They haven't been able to change. So it's an empty set. Motion Wisner into the backfield, 1-by-3. Now he's going across. Arch Manning with the run, and they stopped him for a pickup of 1 yard. So that's going to be a third down. It's going to be a third and goal from the 4-yard line for Texas. So that was a good job. Looks like we have an injured player on the field.
Mm-hmm.
So
Texas
that
is making noise.
right there is giving Ohio State a little break, because again, Texas moved the ball this series, literally.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, you get the ball, you get the play in, and they're snapping that ball probably within about less than 10 seconds. So the defense doesn't have time to adjust or anything. So why they got him playing running back? Does he not have any players to give the ball to? It's well, they're using him, to show that he's also, you got to defend him in the run game too. So they have been using the running backs offensively. Their running game has been very putrid. I'm going to be honest with you. Right now, he's probably the most effective. Let's take a look here.
He said the passing game that's what he's about. They got other players or the running back who they got Wisner, they got Baxter and Wisner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but it's the wide receivers that's not that.
Yeah, see, Baxter is 38 yards rushing, Wisner 37, and Arch Manning now is up to 34 yards. They're at 109 yards rushing. Ohio State is at 50 yards rushing. So this series, they have been moving the ball. So that's what is helping them right now. I mean, they're now up to 9 first downs in the game, 147 yards of total offense to 109 for Ohio State. So. And again, the big difference is plus 59 over Ohio State in rushing yards. So that's really what's helped them.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have when you have the running game going like that, that's what really changes the dynamics. Well, that's not too bad. Yeah. So,
So yeah, Texas get a score here, man. They get a touchdown here, tie it up, and just like, hey, right back in there.
All right, so I got you, Scoob. I got you. So,
the pressure goes right back to Ohio State if they score.
So, it's third and goal right now. So, what do you do?
Mm-hmm.
Can you keep them from getting into the end zone? And does Texas go for it? So, is it 2 downs to get the touchdown, or is it, depending on where you are, you still kick the field goal? So, now if you get down to about the 2 or the 1 yard line, I think Texas is going for it. But if it's 4th and 5, I maybe you don't. So we're going to be coming back to action. Ball is at about the 3. I wouldn't say congratulations because that was a ugly win for Rutgers. So very ugly and lucky to get that win. So, but we're at the 3-yard line, third and goal, motion across 2-by-3, then bringing it back, inside run, and you stop him at about the good push down to the half.
It's right there. Now they got to go for a 4th and goal. They're right there.
Now
they got to
get
a big push from the offensive line.
This is where you're going for it. So, what do you do? I mean, are you going to go off tackle? Are you going to let Arch Manning run it in? There it is. They're getting the pressure up. And looks like they stopped him. Arch Manning tried to go, and you stopped him. So that's a big turnover on that play there. So a good drive for Texas.
Not getting no push.
Yeah. Good drive for Texas. Using a quick offense. but great job by Ohio State to stop that there for no gain. So
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I even look at a lot of those runs for Texas. A lot of runs is just like straight up the middle. They're not even going bouncing to the outside or nothing. So I mean, they knew it was just through the middle, man.
mm-hmm.
Because they get bounced to the outside or faked it or something like that, that would have been an easy touchdown. But because your offensive line, as big as they are, they're not getting need no push or anything. They could have pushed the Ohio State back into the end zone, but they couldn't even do that.
Well, again, like I said, are you using a proper pinch? Here's the thing, too. If the defensive line is shooting underneath your legs, there's nothing that offensive lineman can do because he has no push. Because that's one of the techniques
You
that you're
gotta get
supposed
lower,
to
right? You
do.
gotta get lower first. You gotta get lower before them, right?
Yeah, and that's what I mean by is, what are you teaching them, as far in terms of that situation? Are they dipping their heads to, get underneath the offensive defensive lineman? Are you getting shoulder to shoulder and then, as we say, grabbing grass to try and see who got the bigger push, the bigger will? So that's a big play, so Coach Kyle Flood, what did you do with that offensive line to teach them in situations like that? So it's yeah, the big one there. So that and oops, wait a minute, here it is. That Ohio State defense ain't no joke. That's why I was asking about them earlier. Well, yeah, they this defense was number one last year, so got to get the field goal in a close game like this. Actually, they both coaches have been going for it. So NYG says, "What's up to school?" So it's they've been gambling. They know the importance of this game. That's what it boils down to. They know they got to get a touchdown because right here that could be a big backbreaker um
Mm-hmm.
to Texas because now Ohio State can adjust because now they can say, look, this is what we need to do. This is how we're going to play it, and especially if they try to go quick tempo. Does Texas continue to keep going quick tempo? Do you make the adjustments? Do you bring in subs as you go along the way? So game strategy. This is the chess match. This is the coaching chess match. Now, what is Ohio State going to do? Personally speaking, I think they're going to come out, probably run it like they did the end of the first half, do a couple of quick runs right up the middle, try and set up to see if you can punt it or if you can get the first down. So, because you're at the 1 yard line, do you trust your quarterback to try and, make a big play? If Man-Cave is the play caller, I know what he's doing. He's sending Jeremiah Smith deep, and then he's going to play action to throw a deep pass to him from the 1 yard lines.
Hey, yo, listen, I already know, like I said, with Texas, in this game, Texas is one-dimensional, and that's all. They know that. Texas is one-dimensional in this game. They don't even trust the receivers and stuff like that anyway, so all you got to do is just stop the run. You stop the run, you're going to beat them and stuff, because I can't even tell you who's the Texas receiver, who's supposed to be their number one or number two receiver. After watching this game, I don't even know their names because they're not trusting them. They're not even throwing it to them, you know what I'm saying?
Texas couldn't get lower than the Ohio State offensive
Man,
line. They were in what I call a tiger pinch formation, where you're on all fours and you're literally inches from the ground. It's hard for a big fatty like that to really get that low. So Ohio State in at the 1, and quarterback was saying just trying to get something out, pick up of about 1 yard. So it's going to come to be 2nd and 9. So they're playing old style. This is my style type of football.
Mm-hmm.
Just line it up and let's go. Just I know what's coming. I know what's coming. Who wants it more? So it's going to be a 2nd and 9 for Ohio State. All right, they should be on which hash? Yeah, are they in the? Looks like they're going to be on the right center hash when we come back to the next snap. It's 9 seconds on the play clock. And here you go. Play action. And Sayin runs the ball, and there's a flag on the play. So the question is, because I think it's going to be a holding call on the right guard, and if it is, that's a safety for Texas. And Texas is saying it's a safety, so holding on the offense. personal
Foul on
foul,
both
hands
teams.
to the face, offsetting penalties. Ooh, that took 2 points
Wow.
off the for Texas. Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, because
That's
that's on.
tough because there's the holding call. You have it.
Oh, and then the face. Oh yeah, these guys, man, they been doing that a lot in this game.
There you go. What did
Legal
NYC?
hands to the face.
Why do these OCs want to run their quarterback up the middle? They're not fullbacks. Now, that first one is you just want to get away from the goal line. That's all you're trying to do. It's like short yardage situation. That's really all you're trying to do. You're just trying to get a little bit of depth. So line back up, right center hash, inside run with I don't know who the running back is, and that's Donaldson at the running back. So there you have it. So no gain. So it's going to be a 3rd and 9. So personally speaking, simple screen. Just give me a screen to the outside right now. Even if you give me a screen with a vertical on that same side, just to pull the defense a little bit deeper, and you read it. And if they don't jump the short stuff, then short. If they go deep, if they jump the short stuff, then you go deep. So they're 2x2 pistol formation spread on the right hash mark. Motion across. There's the run. And Donaldson with a pickup of about 7 yards on the play. So it's going to be a 4th and 9. 4th and 2. So they're going to now punt the ball. So now Texas, good job there, holding them.
Good field position. You're supposed to get
Yeah.
now. They're gonna get good field position.
So the offsetting penalties took a safety
Right.
ball off the board. And they're lined up. It's 4th and 3, so you got 6 yards. Balls away. And went out of bounds at around the Texas 49-yard line. All right, so there you go, Texas. Now you have in a sense, you have good field position. You're at your own 49-yard line. You just moved the ball this last drive. So can you come back out and do the same thing? So do you go quick tempo, and is Ohio State able to adjust to that? So we're going to see. We're going to see. So, and let's take a look here at the.
Yeah.
I just realized
Texas is gonna have good field position again. They got to score in this drive. They got to score, but like I said,
and okay, so let's take a look here. Yeah, we have. All right, so Texas up to 149 yards of total offense. Ohio State's at 110, and the rushing yards is the key. Texas is up to 111 yards rushing, while Ohio State is at 51. So here we go. Okay, it's time for Texas to respond. Yeah, it's time for them to respond, to step up and get this opportunity. So you let that safety go. You had that opportunity time.
mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, school. Really appreciate it. I try my best, give you my insight and tell you what I'm seeing. So here we go. A low scoring game, 7, Ohio State leading 7-0 over Texas. So,
So what you think Texas is gonna do on this possession?
A little bit of the same thing they were just doing. You work the quick tempo, get the run. Arch Manning, you really don't let him try and pass right now because he's not good. He's not doing a good job passing. He's just not. So,
well, if they don't pass the ball, they're not going to move the ball too much. I know they're moving on last series, but now Texas, Ohio State really going to buckle down on that run D and try to stop them.
But it's the tempo. That's what I'm saying. Because it's literally you run, come back, line back up, and run again. So that wears you down, which allows Texas to move the ball. That's why I'm saying that. That's what I mean by running it doing a little bit more of the same thing. maybe you throw a screen out there.
Yeah, but in Ohio State, like I said, they got fresh guys too to rotate them guys too. I know they try to with the tempo. I see what you're saying, like trying to keep them on the field. But hey,
yeah, but they still suck with running. Yeah, but they have 111 yards while Ohio State has 51. So there's the run, and what happened? Pickup of 9 yards, but a flag on the play.
Yeah, they're done, man.
Holding against the offense. So now that's going to put them behind the sticks. Now it's going to make it a first and 20. Archford Roll Stars, the hardest game we will play in college. Congratulations, kid. You getting the defending national champs. Yeah, it is. You're right. And you have a lot of. Ooh, that is a hold. That's a love making hold. So, so here we go. Oh, they marked it from the spot. So it's a first and 15. There's a run again, and is that Wisner? Yeah, jump, bounce off the hit, and pick up of about 2, maybe 3 yards. So it's going to be a second down and 13, second down and 12 when we come back to the next snap. So good job of getting off of the initial tackle attempt. So we'll see what happens. This running game, yes, I understand what everyone's saying about this running game. It's just not explosive. All right, so second and 12 from the 47.5. Play action with Manning, and he's throwing it deep down the field, and it is intercepted by Ohio State. What a pickoff. That is a terrible pass by Manning. That was a terrible pass there. So good pickoff there by Jeremiah Matthews for Ohio State. So now will that give the offense some energy? Because Manning he was throwing and undercut, bad pass. That was just a bad pass. So he didn't do a good job stepping into the pass and trying to get the ball to Wingo it looks like he was trying to run an outcut. He should have layered that over the top to the outside towards the sideline. Let your receiver run towards the sideline and make a play. Don't try and shorten that, because that's exactly what happened. So that's the first turnover by Texas. So
yeah. I'm gonna see on it. I'm gonna see how he recovers on the next possession, because if not, they don't let him pass the ball. Then he's rattled.
Yeah, he's not doing a good job there. So that also puts the ball. Where does that put the ball there? That was intercepted and returned for. So it's at the Ohio State 32-yard line when we come back to action. So that could be a big spark for the Ohio State offense now. So NYG says, "Ruck roll." So
Shaggy.
Yeah. So
when he was throwing it, and I could see it, I was like, it might be picked off, because it was in the air for him. I was like, it might be picked off.
It was a little flat. That's why I was saying if he had arched it a little bit more, putting it over the top, because you got to read that defensive back, read the leverage. Where was he at? He was in a trail. So if you have it low, he can undercut. But if you have it over the top, you can throw it out of bounds.
Right.
So I guess that's why they wasn't letting him throw it deep. Nope. So he hasn't been good.
And that pass was to the sidelines. It wasn't like in the middle of the field. That was to the sideline. That got intercepted to the sidelines.
But because it was so flat, he could undercut the receiver. So and that's it, yeah. Arch on that pass. That's why I was saying that. So he needed more arc on that pass. Yeah. So but hey, Ohio State now, this is your big opportunity, man. You got to take the ball. You can't just run three simple plays and punt the ball now, because that's what
they got to score here. They got to score to make it.
You got to move down the field and you got to score. So there you have it. So how much time we got? 3:01 left in the third quarter. So you got any score updates?
Yes, score updates. All right. So let's see if this is what Mississippi State's doing. Mississippi State now in control, 27-10 over Southern Miss with 4:57 left to go in the third quarter. Tennessee still with a big lead on Syracuse, 31-14 with 14-19 start of the third quarter. Maryland still up 36-7 over Florida Atlantic, middle 10 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Tulane now up 23-3 over Northwestern with 1:02 left to go late in the third quarter. Pitt all over Duquesne, 41-6, 6:47 left to go in the third quarter. And North Dakota State over Citadel, 31-0, start of the fourth quarter. And halftime, Kentucky up 10-2 over Toledo. Wow. And that's update. Wow. All right, we'll see. We'll see what Ohio State how they respond.
Sorry about that. I had to talk to my aide for a second.
No, no problem.
All right, so you got 3 yards on the first play. So left hash mark. Here's the inside run, and pick up of about another 2 to 3 yards. So very simple, and it's going to be a third down and 4 or 5 on the play. So
yeah, these teams got to take advantage of these turnovers. They got to take advantage of these turnovers, man.
yeah, they definitely do. I mean, Ohio State is not playing like they're ready to be a top program in a sense. They're the defending champs, because just like we've been hard on Texas, same can be said on their offense too. So 1-by-3 on the left hash, motion across the 2-by-2, running back to the right. Texas looks like they're coming with pressure. There they are. There's the pass to Smith and a pickup of about 7 yards. So that's going to be a first down for for Ohio State. So good job on that in cut. Very simple. Muhammad was right there. They bracketed him one safety over the top. So they had a double layer inside, two in-cut patterns for the slot receiver as well as Smith underneath. So trying to occupy the safety. So it's now a 1st and 10. They're at their own 44.5-yard line. Motion out. Saying dropping deep. There's a pass in the flat to Donaldson, and Donaldson runs for about 8.5, 9 yards. So it's going to be a second down and about 1 or 2. They definitely can't let Texas hang around. If Arch digs deep in his Manning jeans, he's bound to pull off a comeback. And I mean, that's fair. You can make that argument there. So they gave him 9 yards. So it's a 2nd and 1. Expect Ohio State to just run something simple right up in between the tackles. Pretty much what they've been doing all day. Let's go 10 seconds. So it's running down. You could probably let it run out.
That's what they're probably gonna do.
Yeah, that's what I thought, dude. You don't need to snap that. So that'll end the third quarter. Ohio State still in the lead, 7-0 over Texas. So that interception, that 4th down stop down deep at the 1-yard line, those are 2 big plays for Texas there. They have had plenty of opportunities. They're just not being efficient offensively. Manning not performing well. Let's take a look at his numbers on the day. So his box score is Arch Manning, 9 of 15, 38 yards, 1 interception.
That's crazy.
38 yards. They have 29 rushes for 119 yards, where Wisner has 10 of 45, Baxter's 10 of 40, and Manning 9 of 39. Sayan for Ohio State is 10 of 16, 78 yards. This passing offense for both teams is very putrid, man. Donaldson is 13 carries, 40 yards. Peoples 9 carries for 18 yards. Sayan 2 rushes for 2 yards. So Receiving, Baxter has 4 receptions, 20 yards. There's no one else even in double digits for the rest of Texas. For Ohio State, Smith, 5 receptions, 40 yards. Player 1 of 11, but nobody else is over double digits, man. It's very putrid. Now, Leona Lefayo has 9 tackles, 3 solo, and Igmanosin, 8 tackles, 3 solo. So, again, the defensive numbers are going to look nice at the end of this game, the way it's going. But everything else is just very, very putrid, man. So, you said Arch Manning gonna dig deep and pull it out, but
I
right
don't
now,
see it because I don't because they're not throwing the ball. It's hard to come back if you're not throwing the ball, deep and getting some passes and stuff like that. You're throwing short
30,
passes, you're not going to come back.
38 yards 38 passing yards, man.
It's
This
averaging
is
like 4 yards a pass.
yeah, man. This is it's yeah. It's again, we're in a passing day and age, so you want to see more passing. So, but on the ground, I'm probably expecting them to see a lot more, quick tempo and trying to run the ball. So, definitely a lesson learned type of game. And road games is always tough, especially in that type of. No, exactly. You're playing at the defending champions home court field. You have over 100,000 in that stadium. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough. So this is his first start too on the road. Yeah, it's tough. I get it. I understand, but um, either he's undercutting with putting passes in the end zone, or just not accurate there for Texas. So we'll see what happens as we go forward into the fourth. So my expectation is Texas is going to try and use the run game a little bit more. They're going to use that tempo, try and see if they can tire out Ohio State and see if they can get into score a touchdown. And then here's something that some of you might find unpopular. If Texas were to score a touchdown right now, they're not kicking the extra point. They're going for 2. They would go for 2 because they think that if you do that, we can shut them down offensively from there. So, but let's see what happens. Right now, Ohio State has the ball. So here we coming back to live action. And yeah,
I think if Ohio State scores, this game is over.
Yeah, first time shutout through 3 quarters since 2015. The Texas Longhorns. All right, so they're going to be on the left hash mark, and then on the next snap. All right, they're in a 1-by-3 set, inline tight end to the right. Running back is to the right of wing to the right. Running back is there, and pickup of about 3 yards. So that will be a first down for Ohio State. So there you go. So who's that who ran? I don't even know who ran the football. Texas needs a spark. Texas need more than a spark, man. They need a wing and a prayer. So here we go. They're on the Ohio State under the gun, right hash mark. Motion in. Handoff. Donaldson. And Donaldson's nice little rhythm. Flag on the play, but it looks like he picked up about 5 yards. So is it going to be a holding? Usually in a situation or legal formation. So that means you're going to bring it back and knock off 5 yards. So
what you saying, YG said this game ain't over? Not by far. I mean, it's a 1-score game, but if Ohio State scores, this game is over, man, because Texas used up too much time and they're not moving the ball they taking a lot of time to move the ball.
Here's the thing. That was Ohio State's first penalty of the game. So here we go. They're in a tight bunch to the right. Pistol formation. Left hash mark, motion across to a 2-by-2. Double wings. Here's the handoff. Great blocks. And Donaldson was pushing the offensive lineman.
Look at
because
that. I mean, they pushing them guys around.
yeah, there you go. So it was power, backside power. So there you go. It's very simple. Didn't have anybody to block there. Should have got up there because it would have opened it up more. So good tackle from behind by Simmons for Texas. So here you go. So it's 2nd and 7. So they picked up about 8 yards on that play. Motion across, 1 by 3. There's the pass, deep pass by
It's
Sayon.
over. This
And
game's
there
over.
it is into the end zone to Tate for the touchdown.
It's over. The game's
Boom, there
over. It's
you
over.
go.
This game
So
is over, man. It's over. This game is over, man. Texas offense is cheeks. They
there you
offense is
go.
cheeks, bro.
That was a deep pass. The first one
They
two
offense.
by saying all game. So there you have to Tate ran a nice little into a vertical seam. Defender got a lit there a little bit early, but hey, good focus by Tate to stay on the ball and fall on top of the defender right into the end zone. Touchdown. So there you go. 13-08.
And they can't beat this team. They lost 28-14 last year. They only put up 14 points against Ohio State last year. They have 0 points into the fourth quarter. They can't play with Ohio State, man.
So there you go. 14. It's 13:08 left in the quarter now. Oh my God. Wow, it's over.
Texas offense is cheeks, man. The offense is cheeks. If you can stop the run, you're going to beat them because they don't have no wide receivers.
That was a 40-yard touchdown pass. So extra point is good. And now that changes the game to 14-0. So
Now they're just going to tee off. They're going to tee off on Manning now. They're just going to tee off on them now.
Still 13 minutes left. A quick score, and they back in it.
It's
Ideally, yes, but they haven't been.
It's like it's wishful thinking. Manning has not shown as like they have not done. I mean, they move the ball here and there, but they use a lot of time to move the ball, and that's the problem. They're not a quick strike offense. That's the problem. If they was a quick strike offense, it'd be different, but they're not a quick strike offense.
To what NYG is saying, anything can happen. You know. You could break a tackle and you can make a big play. So, technically it's not over. It's 13 minutes left in the game. So, he's right. Things can happen very quickly. But, the tenor of this game says it's going to be tough for Texas to get back in this game. You need Arch Manning to really step up and be a lot more efficient in his passing because it just hasn't been there. And, are they feeling comfortable enough to allow him to pass deeper again? Because that interception may have, to what you're saying, Cave, is they're now going to just work it little by little to get down the field, which is going to eat up time on the clock.
That's what Ohio State wants. That's what they want. They want them to run the ball and eat up. That's all they want. Ohio State would be good with that. Now, if Texas was a quick strike offense, that's different.
So, but to school, what school says too, this is a learning experience for this team, for Texas. So, but yeah, 14-0 now. That seems like it's 30 or 40-0 right now, the way this game has been going. So, but they can still get in it. So,
man, they showing that touchdown that they couldn't get at 1 yard on. I think it was no push, man. Oof.
The right guard got actually pushed back. So, yeah, he needed to put that towards the sideline. And there it is. You ran that vertical in cut to the seam, and he had no safety help over the top. None. So there you go. That's what Ohio State needed, to give them a little cushion. Here's the kick. And the kick is away.
Well, how would you come out?
And he's bringing it 5 yards deep in the end zone.
What? These dudes, come on, man.
So brought it out to the 15-yard line. So that guy's pressing.
Calling plays for Texas. Is it Sark?
Usually,
Sark
it's
does?
usually Sarkeesian who calls it. I know. Kyle Flood has input, but it's usually Sarkeesian who calls the actual plays. So
We talking about we in the fourth quarter. This dude, they got 38 yards on the passing in the fourth quarter. That's a first quarter stat. That's not a fourth quarter stat.
mm, mm. So here you go. The fans are getting a lot more rowdy. Ohio State's playing too high. They're 2-by-2, left hash mark, running back to the right, motion in. And there's a handoff to the running back. Looks like a pickup of about 5 yards on that play there. So I don't know who just ran that ball. So good job by staying on that drive there. So, can start to relax. They gave him 6 yards. There's a run again and a pickup of about 3 more yards. So it's going to be a 3rd and 1. That's Wisner on the run. So there you have it. Wisner, the last 2 drives, and they're going quick tempo. So they're thinking you can get something. So here's the run by Wisner, delay, bouncing it to the outside, and he's getting some movement and good pickup there.
Messed up on that. They could have had him in that backfield.
Yeah, there we go by Wisner, and that's what they need to do. So now they're making a substitute. So that allows Ohio State to substitute. So now you have Baxter in the backfield. They're on the right hash mark, 2-by-2 with a wing to the right. There's the snap. Manning with the look in the flat to Baxter, and a pickup of about 4 yards on the play. So dumped it out to the flat to Baxter, spun a little bit, but the defender was still on his ankles and brought him down for about a 4. They gave him 5 yards. So 2nd and 5 for Texas. 11:20 on the clock and still moving. They're at their own 42-yard line, 2-by-2 on the left hash mark. There's the snap. Manning avoids the rush. Pass out to the flat, the right flat, deep out, and a good pickup there, and a pass to Peter Livingstone. So good pass by Manning there. Threw that with great confidence, which is exactly what he needed to do. He had a blitz coming up in his face. Good pickup, blitz pickup by Baxter, and that outcut was right there. So Livingstone caught the pass, focused, and brought it in. So good call. Right hash mark, 3-by-1, motioning receiver in and then back out. Fake to the running back. There's a deep pass. And another deflection, and it looks like it's going to be intercepted by Styles. There it is, another interception of Arch Manning by Styles in Ohio State territory. So, and they were moving the ball, and there it is. Wow, another one.
Did he get it? I gotta see if. Let me see that ball. I don't know. It looks like I don't know. He might have trapped that ball, but they're gonna look at it though. But
that's an incomplete pass.
I think it's gonna
be. That's going to be an incomplete pass.
But I'm just saying, where was this sense of urgency in the first quarter? Where is it in the second quarter? Where is it in the third quarter? Let's say go up like 2 scores. Gotta make these other teams play, man. Gotta make them play.
Yeah,
these guys are just coasting.
That would have been a backbreaker right there if they got that interception there.
So. I thought dude hit it, but I thought he got it, but he trapped it, man. That ball it's going to be an incomplete pass.
It trapped it. The point of the football hit the ground. You could see it bounce up into his
chest. But even the defensive player that deflected, he was right there with the receiver. So, I mean, that pass was an open pass like that.
Mm-hmm. Brown. Sick by the dirt. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, sis. I definitely hear you there. So, just definitely want to see, they need to hurry up and make that call because, we all see it. We all saw it. We didn't need a
Mhm.
whole lot of time there. So
What did he say? Something like, did the ball move? It's like, yeah, it probably went under it, but I mean, he trapped it good, but it's still, I think, it's an incomplete pass.
that was at the Ohio State 43, 10:36. So you're going to come back to the Ohio State 43 for a first down. All right, so there we have it. Okay, see what that is. See what's going on there. All right.
But you know what's crazy about this game? Even though Texas was number one, they came in as the underdog, which is crazy. The number one team coming as the underdog, so that already tells you something already that Vegas knows.
Yeah, I
Crazy,
mean,
man. It's
you
crazy. They
knew
never
it.
heard that before.
To me, it was you go into Ohio State. They're the defending national championship. They beat you twice last year. You may be number one, but you're going on a tough road game against the number two, number three, and depending on the publications.
Well, then put Ohio State number one. You
No,
should have made them number one.
the ranking is done. You don't do it based off of that. You don't. You just you're number one. They saying that they earned it, so here you go. And as that with that, you have an opening test that what that's a big task. So
Mhm.
so
And then, like I said, they got zero. They got donut. They got a donut for the number one team. A
yeah.
donut.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, 14 points last year, back in January, and now this game 0. So right now you're averaging 7 points a game. So, well, he's still on the sideline. Well, does that mean that
I don't know. They're still looking at.
we're still looking at it? How are you still looking at that? We needed one little shot to see that this should be overturned.
Yeah,
Well,
they said it was an incomplete pass. So yeah, he
yeah,
get back off the bike. You should have caught that.
yeah. It's just you're on defense for a reason too. That's why you're not an offensive
I
player.
know, right? He's like, yeah, that's why they're what you call it? He trapped that thing. He tried to trap it.
Yeah.
Matthew
Yeah.
McConaughey's happy. Matthew McConaughey's like, come on, we get another
Yeah.
shot.
McConaughey. Okay. All right. So it's going to be second down here at the 43. Right hash mark. Manning is under center. Bunch left. Motion into a wing. Reverse to Wingo. Wingo has the avoid the initial tackle, and looks like he picked up about 8 yards on the play. So should be a 3rd and 2. Yeah, there you go. 3rd and 2. They're lining up quickly. So let's see what they do. Are they going to run inside? Pistol. Here's the run inside. And a good pickup there. Who's that? Baxter? No, Wisner. That's Wisner on the run. So that is a first down for Texas. So they're making a move there. So, oh man, Gus Johnson was calling the game. I love
Gus,
listening to Gus
I know,
Johnson,
me
man.
too.
So there you go. So, all right, 1st and 10. They're lined up, motion across, 1 by 3, orbit around, play action. It's going to be a screen. And good play right there. That's a good play, good call. That's something you should have been doing a long time ago for Manning. You should have been giving him those type of calls. That was to injuries. So that's a first down there. And you're at about the 16-yard line of Ohio State, left hash mark. You're 1 by 3 with a wing to the right. Running back is motioning out. Manning is running a quarterback power. And there he is. And pickup of about 4 yards. Who's that? McLean and Reeves on the tackle. Yeah, McLean and Reeves were on the tackle there. So pickup of 4 yards. What's up? What's up, David? Thanks for tapping in, bro. Hey, they score. It's not over. No, it's not. It definitely isn't. So there's a handoff to Wisner and a pickup of about 3 more yards there. So it's going to be a third down. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Really appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys tap in and hit the like button. Subscribe to all the networks as well as Cave and myself, and share on all your social media platforms. We really appreciate this. Love bringing you guys some great college football. So it's 3rd and 3, 8-16 and counting. Ohio State up 14-0. And Texas is at the 9-yard line of Ohio State. Motion out the running back. Here's the pass. And it looked like it was dropped. That was dropped. That was right there in Winger with the crosser. That was an X crosser right there. So should have had that. So it's 4th and 3. So yeah, they're going for it. They have to go for it at their 9-yard line. So what's up? Thought this game was going to be different, but we get this LSU versus Clemson. We are spoiled. Thank you, schedule makers. Yeah, you're right. I'm covering those games too. This is what I'm saying. What are these throws? All right, so Wisner into the backfield, 1-by-3, tight end in line, timeout, Ohio State.
Yeah, I gotta see that pass again. I gotta see if that pass was low because it looked like it was a bad pass, but I'll see if he dropped it.
All right, so if they go to commercial break, I'll rewind it and tell you. Okay. All right, they're not going to commercial break. All right, they're just going from there. So, all right, 8:02 is on. Oh, he dropped it or threw it down. Oh, okay.
You know, see either one. I gotta see. I gotta see it again. I'll see it again.
8:02 on the clock in the fourth quarter. 4th and 3 for Texas at the Ohio State 9-yard line. They're going to be on the left hash mark on the next snap. So you have Wisner extended out to the left. You have your tight end to your left in line. So that means you're going to have 3 to the right of Manning because he's by himself in the backfield. He's bringing Wisner into the backfield to his left. And it looks like they're pressed up in man to the right. Single high safety. It looks like they're making an adjustment to their call. Ohio State. There's the snap. There's the pass. And it's incomplete. That pass was incomplete there. Manning threw a corner route. Like I said, the first interception, he layered it out, but it was incomplete. That was no interference. There was no interference. He did not impede him. So where's the flag? There was no interference. You can touch as long as you don't turn and twist them. That's the thing. Igbenogson was
put your
right
hands
there.
around him a little bit. Yeah, that was good.
That was good coverage. So that's another turnover on downs deep in the Ohio State territory. So,
hey, now it's up to Texas defense to get a turnover right here and deep in their territory against Ohio State. Now, the defense got to get a play, get an interception, pick six, or a fumble recovery. That's what you need.
So there you have it, right there. So 7:56 left in the game right now. So Ohio State, I'm telling you right now, they're going to run the ball. That's all they're going to need to do. Just run the ball. Don't do anything stupid.
All right.
And they've been running pretty much up inside or off tackle. That's all they're going to do. I can't see them running the sweep, doing anything to the outside. Maybe a screen if you feel you need to, but I wouldn't even do that. Just run it up inside or off tackle, and then there you go. Ready for my knitting line. 3:30 can't come fast enough. So, oh Lord, school, I love you, but I cannot stand State Penn. I can't stand State Penn.
The Nittany Lions.
Yeah,
and look who Georgia plays Marshall. Play Marshall at 3:30.
So,
is this a first? Is this the first if the number one team would be shut out in their first game as a number one team? Would be a first?
I don't know. I'd have to see. So Arch got. He said
Got the
Arch.
Eli look.
Yeah, I know you can't. Yeah, it's a Scarlet Knight. And matter of fact, we just had a decommit, and all indications are he's going to end up at Penn State. I mean, I thought he was going there in the first place because he's from Pennsylvania, 3-star kid,
Mhm.
defensive tackle, big boy. But hey, you never know. Hey, Penn State might have ponied up the money and said, "Yo, we'll pay you this." So, I mean, if I had the money, I'd tell the kid, "Look, I'll give you a couple mils. You ain't going nowhere." So, Scoob says, yeah, he does have that look. So, but don't they all? The only one who doesn't, I mean, Archie has that look. Cooper has the look. You saw him in the commercial with his son. The only one who doesn't is Peyton. Peyton, for some reason, doesn't have you. You could see his emotions on his sleeves, on his face. So, but hey, what can I say?
Mhm.
So, oh gosh,
All
same
right.
thing. So let's see what happens. Like I said,
Yeah.
from Ohio State, I'm running the football. Now the front line, we got to get some push. We got to get a couple of first downs. I don't want to see a 3 and out. We got to get going. So,
Yeah, Peyton just had that horse face. You got that long, that long big head.
yeah, that's true. So, no, Peyton never has. So,
Mm.
all right. So, pistol formation. 3-by-1. You have a tight end with a wing motioning tape in to into a bunch set. There's a handoff right up the middle, like I said, and that's to Donaldson. And it looks like he picked up about 4 yards, 5 yards they gave him. So it's going to be a 2nd and 5. Clock is running. 7:40
Mhm.
is going. Just keep it going. 30 seconds on the play clock. So take the next snap. Try and get it close to 7 minutes as much as possible if you can get the first down. Expect another run. I'm really expecting another run. Pretty much the same thing. They're on the right hash mark. They're taking their time in the huddle. About 12 seconds. Lining up now. 2-by-2. You're Okay, offset. Motion across with a wing to the right. Smith inside. There's a handoff to Donaldson. Donaldson
Mm.
sneaks it, pushes it through, and it looks like he picks up a first down.
Yeah, they broke their will. They broke Texas's will in this game, man.
All right, so it's a 1st and 10. So let's give us 2 more plays. If you're Ohio State, you're saying let's get us 2 more plays to get another 10 yards. So that front line is
Mhm.
starting to feel it. You're starting to get confident, and that's exactly what you want. This is what offensive linemen love. They love imposing their will on the defensive line, moving them, getting them out of the way. So let's see what happens now. They're lining up. 9 to 8 seconds on the play clock. They're in the middle, center hash. There's the snap to Peoples, and Peoples picks up about 2 to 3 yards. There's a flag that was just thrown on the play late. So let's see what the flag is.
Yeah, it works for Ohio State. If they get a flag, they could keep running more clock.
Holding on the offense.
Mhm.
So there you have it. It's going to move it back. Is it 10 yards from from the line of scrimmage? So it's going to be a 1st and 20. So 6:15 is on the game clock, though. 51 is the left guard there. So 61, 51, sorry, is the left guard. They're lining up 3-by-1. Running back to the right of Sayin. They're in the middle of the field. Motion across. They're doing split zone action. Peoples with the run. Cut. Avoided 2 tackles and picked up about 1 yard on the play. So it should be 2nd and 19. Texas had defenders there in the backfield. That should have been a tackle for a loss. Allowing him to get anything is a positive for Ohio State there. So 2nd and 19, just playing the run. That's all you need to do. Don't do anything crazy. So it's about 15 seconds on the play clock, 5:15 on the game clock. 2nd and 19 on the right hash mark. Donaldson to the right. They're 3-by-1 with a wing to the left. Inline tight end to the right. There's a screen to Jeremiah on the outside. He went out of bounds there. So that was a pickup of about 4 yards there. Needed to stay in bounds. Okay, so they started the play clock still. Okay, so clock is running. Left hash mark. Ohio State's getting the play call. They're in their huddle, making the call. And here we go. 13 on the play clock. 4:30 on the game clock. Nice Texas fan there. Left hash mark 2-by-2. Pistol formation. 3rd and 15. There's a cut to the outside. Donaldson with the pickup. And looks like he picked up about 4 yards. So that's going to be 4th down. And is Texas taking the timeout? Clock is stopped. All right, clock was stopped. I don't know if it's a timeout or if it's a injury on the play. So, but we're in a break right now. So, good job by Ohio State eating up clock. Texas, okay. Now you got to get tempo and you got to score quickly. That's pretty much what you got to do. So, if you can score quickly, you still have a pretty good chance. You don't want to go down and you don't want to eat up like 2 minutes on this clock if you can. And right now this punt, if you can get it close to midfield or on the other side, that would be beneficial for you. So, all right. So I don't know why they stopped the clock. So it's 4:15. Okay, Texas did take a timeout. So they still have the 2-minute warning as well as 2 other timeouts. So here's the snap. Ball's away. Bear almost got blocked there. Ball caught at the 40, fair caught. So Texas has it at their 40-yard line. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game. So this is a big drive for Texas, really for both teams. Ohio State needs to force them either to turn the ball over or eat up clock on the play. So
you're going to need some quick strike here, man. We want to make this comeback.
Exactly. So Manny's coming out. It's going to be on the left hash mark when they do snap the ball. They're in a 1-by-3 set. Running back looks like he's to the left of Manning. What's up, halftime? Thanks for tapping in, bro.
Philly halftime, man. Happy belated birthday, man.
Happy birthday, bro. So ball is snapped to Manning. And what happened? They stopped the play?
I think a timeout.
Ohio State took a timeout, okay, right before the snap. So there you have it. So that's why he was wide open. So they needed to make the adjustment. So because that was looking like it was going to be a big play. So all right. So again, 4:10 on the game clock. 1st and 10 for Texas on the next snap. So thanks again for everyone for being here. We really appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys hit the like button for Man-Cave, the Aboriginal Sports Network, the Hardcore Sports Network, as well as Coach Ed Gladney, Coach Ed's Sport. Really appreciate you guys. Sub up if you haven't already done so, and share on all your social media platforms. It's free. So Ohio State is showing a 2-high, 2-by-2, drop back from Manning, deep over the middle, and good completion to Wingo. Very good completion there, down to, looks like, to the Ohio State 32.
It's like Ohio State must be in a prevent defense.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
in a prevent. That's you're helping Texas there with that. So Wisner, you pass in the flat, looks like it's a pickup of about 6 yards. So um, that's what Texas needs. They're 3:45 and counting. So they're getting up to the line of scrimmage. You want to score as quickly as possible. Here's Manning, sidearm pass, had pressure in his face. So he was trying to get it to the underneath cut, in cut, and couldn't get it there. Incomplete pass. 3rd and 5 for Texas right now. So clock is stopped. That's what they needed. Okay, left hash mark. What are they? 2-by-2 motioning left to the left wing. Running back is to the right. And there's a flag on the play. Looks like it was a false start.
Mhm.
False start. Looks like the right tackle, Baker. Yeah, he flinched. All right, so it's going to be an extra 10 yards. I'm sorry, 5 yards on the drop back. So it's 3rd and 10 for Texas. Bunch right. There's the play. Manning deep down the middle. And what a catch for the touchdown. Parker
Uh-oh.
Livingstone for the touchdown there. So there you go. There you go. Texas with the touchdown pass. And that looks like it's what, about a 28?
Mm-hmm. That's what he needed. Is the score.
All right. So 3:28 on the clock. For the touchdown there.
You know,
So
what he's saying is like, see, yeah, prevent defense. Them prevent defense always do that.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It was a 32-yard pass for a touchdown. Are they still reviewing it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he has it. He has control, elbow down, rolling.
You trying to see that ball moving around?
Here it is. Move. Can't
They
tell
trying to
there.
he said they trying to overturn it. It's like, I don't know if he had control. I don't know. It looks
That
like a
looks like a
touchdown to
catch
me,
to
but
me.
somehow when they hit the ground, even if the arm was under it, just moved. Yeah, it moved. I mean, it was still on him, but it moved. They showing the different angles. Yeah, that ball is moving. When it Arbel hit, yep,
Yeah, but if it's moving, it's
it moved in,
okay.
but it totally, and the ball totally turned when he turned over
Yeah, that's
too.
what
It's
you
like,
want to see. Oh yeah, they change angles from up, down to side to side.
yeah,
So,
it might be coming back.
but the question is, did the ball touch the ground? Now, let me see this angle. Yeah, touch the ground. Okay, I see it there. And it. Ooh, they might overturn this. They might overturn this.
Mm.
Ooh. I know that's what you want, but
They might just keep it that way, but I mean, they looking at it for a while. They be like, like the ball moved.
yeah. All right, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. This one is you want to make sure you want to get it right.
They kept it.
Okay,
Wow.
so let's
On a
see.
play like that, bro, I thought that ball
Mm-hmm.
should have been overturned. That ball, like I said, even though they didn't hit anything, but it moved. Yo, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, but sometimes it can move. It says as long as you show initial control when you hit the ground.
Yeah, I'm with you, Scoop. They gave it to him because that's anything they would overturn that call, but I'm cool with it. It is what it is. So now 3:28 left to go in this comeback. Hey, Ohio State can't turn the ball over.
So there you have it. It's 14-7. Updated the banner.
Let me give
And there
some
you go.
updated scores from the other games.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, other updated scores. Mississippi State still up 34-10 over Southern Miss. 4:57 left to go in the fourth quarter. Tennessee up 38-20 over Syracuse. End of the third quarter. Tulane still up 23-3 over Northwestern with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. And 154 left to go in the third quarter. Kentucky still up only 10-2 over Toledo
Mm.
with 154 left to go in that quarter. And let me see the score that went final that we were keeping tabs. Like, where's the other one? Probably that was it.
I got BC over Fordham, 14-3 in the second quarter. Connecticut over Central Connecticut State in the second quarter, 21-7. West Virginia is up 10-0. I got a lot of
West
Old Dominion
Virginia.
is up over Indiana, 7-0 in the first quarter.
Mm-hmm. You know,
And
what's
there's
name's back at West Virginia, right? Rich Rodriguez.
yeah, Rich Rodriguez back over there. So I actually picked them to finish last in the Big 12.
West Virginia, Rich Rod got to get the program back up.
Yeah, no, that's the whole thing. I mean, they have a
Yeah.
lot of turnover there. So, all right. So, Texas moved the ball 298-210. Still, the offense is all right. So, Texas, are you playing the extra man in the box, and are you run blitzing? So, and then with Ohio State, do you have any RPO in your offensive concept?
Ohio
Because
State
now
gonna force it.
if you can give an RPO look, maybe you can get Smith sneaking open off of one side. So looks like they're in a pistol formation. They're in the left center, motion in with the tight end. There's the run with Donaldson back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be a 2nd and 10. Good job by Texas sitting there playing that for the run. So,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Are you letting the time run off? Because
Yeah, they
Ohio
trying
State will
to.
just
Yeah, they trying to make them use them timeouts, but I think they probably gonna do it on the third down.
all right. We got 2nd and 10. Donaldson to the left hash mark. Looks like empty backfield now. 2-3. Drop back to pass. Sayans on the outside and pass, and that was incomplete. Why you do that? You stop the clock, man.
Oh, that helps Texas. They don't have
That
to burn the
helps Texas.
timeout.
2:39 left on the third quarter on the game clock. It's 3rd down and 10.
And
So
the
they don't
2-minute warning.
and they have the 2-minute timeout as well as 2 timeouts. So they don't have to do anything if they force you to punt right now. That play you should not have run. That play was something you say for 3rd down, if anything. So you eat the clock. That's questionable right there. 3rd downs on the day, they're 3 for 10. So it's 1-3 left hash mark, running back to the right of saying the quarterback. So they're overloaded to the left. Here they come with the blitz. Sayon with the underneath cut and stop for a short gain. So 5-yard game right there. The clock is running. Oh no, they stopped the clock.
Texas gonna have to burn one of
Yeah,
those
Texas is
timeouts.
gonna have to burn their timeout there. So, but now
But
Ohio State, that 2nd down play is what hurts you. I'm sorry.
Well, hey, now Arch Manning, 2:33 left to go, man, to tie this game up and send it into overtime.
Ryan Day, typical Ryan Day. There are so many times where he does things like this. I understand being a risk taker, but there's also being smart. Sorry,
Hey,
there is being smart. Let your ego suppress. Eat some of that clock up. Force them to take that timeout. If anything,
mhm.
they could have had. You could have forced them to take both timeouts right now.
Yeah,
Both timeouts.
Sion could have just ran and just got tackled to make him use a timeout
Yeah,
instead of
that's
throwing it
another
in.
thing. Exactly. So
But
fourth and
NYG and
4,
Scoops, I guess you're right. It's not over yet. Hey, we'll see, man. It's a
30
one-score
yards
game
in.
now.
So left hash balls away on the punt. Ball bounced out at around the 15-yard line. So Texas now will have 85 yards to travel to try and tie up this game or score a touchdown and go for 2 to win it.
Hey, Coach, what you said, though, it's like, hey, that prevent defense. If Ohio State play that prevent, they're gonna be moving that ball down the field. You play that
Yep.
prevent.
You don't play prevent like that. You want to play cover 2, fine, I get you with that. But you stay true to what you've been doing this whole game. So is that oh, that's Cooper. Okay, that's his dad. All right, so they're on the right hash mark. 1-by-3 bunch set to the right, motion the wing out, running back into the flat. There's a pass to Wingo, and he overthrew him. He was open. He was open there. So it's going to be a 2nd and 10, 2:21 on the game clock. So the ball is dead right now. And let's see what happens with Ohio State, what they do defensively. Let's see how Texas attacks them. Let's see. They're lining up. Right hash mark, 3-by-1 with a wing to the left, running back to the right, motioning the wing out, dropping back to the pass. There's the pass to the wing. Oh, what a catch!
Nice throw.
That was a great throw from Manning to Andres. So that was a great pass there. So there you go. That was a great catch. Yeah, you're right. And he had 2. It's a 2-minute timeout. There you go. So yeah, what a catch right there. That brought it out to the 45-yard line. That's a 30-yard completion right there. So
Coach, let's see if you got that Manning genes, huh? You got 2 minute, you got your 2-minute offense going. Let's go.
NYG said it.
He
NYG
said it.
said that. Yep, yes, he
It's
did.
not over. There's a lot of time left. Like I said, Ohio State, like I said, they played it wrong too on their end too. He should have not had thrown that incomplete pass, saying he should have just ran it and get tackled or whatever and make them use their timeout.
Yep. I mean, you want to eat the clock up, and then they don't have the timeout. So they still have 1 timeout and they just had the 2 minutes. So now they still have another 55 yards to go. So it's still a lot of work, but now that pass can give them a spark, which is what they needed. So, you're on the sideline as a coach's staff, all right, we're here. This is what we have. All right, this is what we got. You're telling the guys we got 1 timeout, but don't forget a first down, the clock stops. So we want to still try and get the first down if at all possible. And listen for the coaches if we say call the timeout, but don't instantly get up calling the timeout because you got 2 minutes. You still have time. So there you have it. So, and in the back of your mind as a coach, a play caller, you're saying to yourself, if we get down close enough or we get the touchdown, do I want to go for 2? Do I want to go for 2 or do I want to tie this game up? So, you really want to see. So let's see, what is Manning at right now in terms of 16 to 27, 167 yards. So Wisner's up to 75 yards rushing, 161 yards rushing. So Texas is starting to pick it up a little bit in terms of total offense there. 328 to 215. So they're there. They're getting into a rhythm. So It's just, right now they need another touchdown. That's what they need. That's what it boils down to. You need that other touchdown to really help you because, to get you in position to either win the game or tie the game. So right now it's about getting that touchdown. So when we come back to action, looks like they're going to be at about the left hash mark, and it should be at about the Texas 45.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the left hash mark, Texas 45. They're in a 1-by-3 with a wing to the right, running back in the backfield with Vanny. There's a handoff to the running back to Wisner, pickup of about 4 yards on the play. All right, clock is running. Texas is lining up. They're in the middle of the field, 2-by-2, wing to the right. There's the snap. And the ball is short of the tight end there. So it's going to be a 3rd down and 5 now. So this is big. This play is going to be big. So 2 downs to get 5 yards. 2 downs to get 5 yards. That's what you have to think. All right, center of the field. A lot of movement. Wisner in. 3-by-1, bunch extended to the left. Wisner is in to the right. How much on the play clock? I don't see a play. Oh, there it is.
I don't see a play clock either.
There it is. There it is. No, I see it. And there it is. Crosser there. Oh, what a bad pass. I mean, he still should have had it. Wingo still should have caught it, but that was a bad pass. He had him there.
Somebody, like I said, his throwing motion.
Yeah, he's a little bit late, but Wingo still should have caught that. So it's a 4th and 5. This is the play. This can be the play of the game, the play for the game right now for Texas. All right, so 2-by-2, wing to the right, running back to the right, motion in. You got a solo, and there's the pass, and he's caught, but he's short of the 1st down. Oh, you had
Caleb Downs.
Yes, you had the blitz off the corner. No one picked him up. And Manning, to his credit, you can kill him all game. He fought to get that pass off. He could have easily went down, but he still fought, got the pass over to his tight end, but his tight end was 2 yards short. So there it is. There it is. That is going to be it right there. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Mm-hmm. Well, like the pass before that, he should have hit Wingo with that pass before. That was an easy pass. That would have been a 1st down. And then what's that? The pass before, he threw it short of the tight end. He throw bad passes, man. When he's not being, it's like, bro, you got to get better with your accuracy. Accuracy got to get much better.
So there you have it. Ohio State is going to come away with this win. They're going to come away 14-10. So they have their ball at their own 47. Drop back about 3 yards to take the knee. Yeah, Scoop, thank you for tapping in. Really appreciate you. It's been real.
Gotta go watch the Nittany Lions.
Go watch the Nittany Lions. Sorry, I can't never wish the Nittany Lions well. So, but I wish you well, sis. Love you always. So, but there you have it. Big plays of the game, of course, was that 4th and 1, the interception that led to Ohio State going down to extend the game for the touchdown. Quite a few turnover on downs for Texas. So Ohio State, is going to come away with a hard-fought, close win, 14-7. He took the timeout. Okay. 2nd and 12, 125. So on the snap, it'll go to 40. So if he does 3 seconds. He's running. and took another 8-yard loss. So 118 and counting. So clock is moving. So roughly when he gets down to 130, should be about 38 seconds on fourth. Yeah. So when you get to 40.
Yeah, man. We want to thank everybody for tapping into this live stream. Texas versus Ohio State, number 1 versus number 3. And Ohio State, the number 3 team, will come away with the upset win over number 1 Texas at home. Big, big game for Ohio State, man. Like I said, big game, man. First game of the season is a big game against 2 top 3 teams. That said, that's what we want to see as fans. Top teams play each other instead of playing cupcakes, and we got what we wanted, man. So it was a great game, man. Everybody, make sure on your way out, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, man, for the Man Cave podcast, Coach Ed Sports, as well as the Aboriginal Sports Network and the Hardcore Sports Network, as well as all the great content creators on the Hardcore Sports Network and the Aboriginal Sports Network, man. It is free. It costs you nothing to hit that like and subscribe button, man. Totally free. Thank you guys for all tapping in.
Yeah, I was just sitting here thinking this is back-to-back losses for Texas against Ohio State because they lost in January. That was their final, and now you come back and you lose this game. So that's a tough pill to swallow right there. But this was definitely a game that you have your good moments and you have your bad moments. But as a fan, you do love games like this. It wasn't a big high scoring game, but there was good defense on both teams. There really is. Questionable play calling by some of the coaches, Ryan Day included. Execution. We've been critical of Arch Manning for the most part during this day. Especially for someone who's supposed to be the number 1 overall pick. So, but let's go to the final stats before we get ready to get out of here. Start with the box score. Manning finished 17 of 30, 170 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Julian Sand, 13 of 20, 126, 1 touchdown, no interception. Wisner, 16 carries, 80 yards. Baxter, 10 carries, 40 yards. Manning, 10 carries, 38 yards. Donaldson for Ohio State, 19 carries, 67 yards, 1 touchdown. Peoples, 10 carries, 20 yards. In terms of receiving, Jack Endries, the tight end, 4 receptions, 88 yards. Livingstone, 2 catches, 47 yards, 1 touchdown. Wingo, 2 for 35. Baxter, 5 for 25. In terms of Ohio State, Carnell Tate, 2 receptions, 49 yards, 1 touchdown. Smith, 6 receptions, 43 yards. That's pretty much it. And when you take a look at the tackles, for Texas, Leona Lefau, 9 tackles, 3 for solos. Tafe, 9 for 2. Muhammad, 6 for 4. Anthony Jr., 6 for 1. For Ohio State, Davison Egbinosin, 10 tackles, 4 solo. Reeves, 9 for 4. Jalen McClain, 8 for 5. Another Jersey boy. Forgot about him. Caden McDonald, 8 for 1. Jalen McClain, his dad played at Syracuse. His dad also played for me semi-pro football. I forgot about this.
Okay.
Yeah, so there you go. Some of the key contributors there. So, but one other thing I want to take a look at here, third down efficiency. Texas, more first downs, 16-11. 5 of 14 on third down, while Ohio State was 3 of 12. 1 of 5 on fourth down, while Ohio State was 1 of 2. And last thing I want to look at is penalties. Texas 6 for 50, Ohio State 2 of 15. And okay, the big thing is the turnover. Ohio State none, and Texas had 1. So there you have it. That's the breakdown of the key stats. So anything you want to add to this final wrap up before we get out of here?
Yeah, I just want to have a great game, man. Like I said, man, Ohio State, like I said, I know, and I was harsh on Arch Manning and also, the offense. I know it's the first game of the season, but when you play the top teams, this is what happens, man. Like I said, I mean, even if you play Georgia, it'd be the same thing too. But like I said, this is how you get your bearings right and stuff like that. So we'll see as the season progresses for both teams how the offensive side projects, because the defense is already playing good. So we ain't worried about the defense. We worried about the offense. Are they going to get more playmakers? Are these guys going to step up and make plays and stuff like that? And, of course, they play in tough conference, so it's going to be a lot of tough games for them in their own conference and stuff like that, especially Texas, when they play Georgia and things like that, Alabama, things like that, it's going to be tough games and stuff like that. Same thing with Ohio State when they play Penn State, Michigan, and stuff like that. So it's great, man. And it's great to see. Like I said, I'd rather see a game like this than see a cupcake game in the first game, which is a good thing. This is what people have been talking about for over the years, and now it's happening. So, hey, when we get it, we enjoy it, and we just move on to the next game and stuff like that. But like I said, for Arch, man, this is one game. This don't define his season. Like I said, he'll get better as the season progresses and as get more experience, more playing time. That's what it's all about and stuff like that to see. So I want to see towards the end of the season how his, as far as offense is thrown and all that stuff goes, as it goes on, to see his progression and his development. So it was great. But like I said, man, I want to thank all you guys for tapping in, man, to this live stream of Texas versus Ohio State. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button on your way out the door for myself, the Man Cave podcast, as well as Coach Ed Sports, our Aboriginal Sports Network, and the Hardcore Sports Network, man.
I appreciate that. I want to thank everyone, Arku, who tapped in, Big Pat from the Aboriginal, MYG, RC Hawkeye, for tapping in. I know Mex was here, Chad Schrader, David Paulin, Scoop. Appreciate you, sis, for definitely being here. Zion, Dewani, Nimar, Ghost Dog. You guys are all amazing. Definitely appreciate you all for being here and showing support. Make sure I got everyone.
Kumar.
Yeah, I got Kumar.
David Padden.
Yeah, I got him. Yeah, so I think I got everyone. So there you have it. Yeah, Ghost Dog. I got him. Philly Halftime. Thanks for being here, bro. Appreciate you. Happy belated birthday again. So, but make sure you guys also tune back in later on tonight, 7:30 tonight. 7:30, 7:15, LSU Clemson. We're going to be covering that also. Another big game. Two top 10 ranked teams. So another big one. So we getting our good fill of great college football, top football. So if you a college football junkie like I am, you are loving this weekend. So, but until the next one, appreciate you all. Love you all. As always, thank you. And we will talk to you guys later. Peace.
Peace.
On the field we grind, every play's a statement. Coach Ed on the headset, leading like a champion. Games on blast, yeah, we talking all the scores. From the stands to the couch, it's college football wars. Tactical rise, rivals feel the pressure. Every snap, every pass, it's a teacher lecture. We breaking down the plays with rhythm and force. This podcast is the playbook, it's the main source. On the headset, we're calling the shots. Every team on the rise, giving all that we got. On the field we hustle, every snap like it's told. Highlight reels rolling, the stories unfold. Tailgates are packed, fans decked in their pride. On the headset, got the whole world on our side. From the kickoff to the final drop, Coach Ed's breaking down how we thrive. Every week, every game, we're turning the tide. On the headset, where the passion won't hide. Let's talk stats, let's break it down. Championship dreams, we're wearing that crown. From the big wins to the heartbreaking loss. On the headset, we're here, no matter the cost.